You are now about to witness
your DJ for this evening.
Hello.
Hit me.
This is a test.
It's serious.
It's a dream.
Ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together. Ladies and gentlemen,
Let the rhythm take you.
Yeah. The rhythm.
The music.
The music.
Music. Oh, I love the stuff.
Now, here comes the music.
are you ready?
Okay, boys, here we go.
Due to some violent content, parental discretion is advised.
We want an immediate end to police brutality and murder of black people.
DJ
Supreme.
Architect. Tell me, what does Tupac Amaru Shakur mean?
Okay, it means, I was named after this Inca chief from South America whose name was Tupac Amaru, but it's a lot of people named Tupac Amaru. It's like a whole tribe named Tupac Amaru. So my mom named me after this Inca chief, and I think the tribal breakdown means like intelligent warrior, something like that. But
I see.
he's a deep dude. He is. If I go to South America, they're gonna love me, I'm telling you.
I am the architect.
Dear Lord, as we down here, struggle for as long as we know, in search of a paradise we can touch. Dreams are dreams, and reality seems to be the only place to go, the only place for us. I know, trying to make the best of bad situations seems to be my life story. Ain't no glory in pain, a soldier's story in vain, and can't nobody live this life for me. It's a ride, y'all. A long, hard ride.
Somebody wake me, I'm dreaming. I started as a seed, the semen swimming upstream, planted in the womb while screaming. On the top was my pops, my mama screaming stop from a single drop. This is what they got, not to disrespect my peoples, but my papa was a loser. Only plan he had for mama was the fucker and abuser. Even as a little seed, I could see his plan for me. Stranded on welfare, another broken family. Now what was I to be? Product of this heated passion, mama got pregnant and papa got a piece of ass. Look how it began. Nobody gave a fuck about me, pistol in my hand. This cruel world could do without me, how can I survive? Got me asking white Jesus, will a nigga live or die? Cause the Lord can't see us in the deep dark clouds of the projects. Ain't no sunshine, no sunny days, and we only play sometimes when everybody's sleeping. I open my window, jump to the streets and get to creeping. I can live or die, hope I get some money before I'm gone. I'm only 19, I'm trying to hustle on my own. On this block where everybody in their pops trying to slang rocks. Rather go to college, but this is where the game stops. Don't get it wrong, cause it's always on. From dust to dawn, you can buy rocks, glocks, or a herringbone. You can ask my man, he's a mind reader. Keep my nine heater all the time, this is how we grind. Meet up at the cemetery, then get smoked out. Pass the weed, nigga. That Hennessy will keep me keyed. Everywhere I go, niggas holla at me. Keep it real, G. And my reply till they kill me. Act up if you feel me. I was born not to make it, but I did. The tribulations of a ghetto kid, still I rise.
Please get me to the sky. And then I die. I don't want you to cry.
I stay sharp as always, running your bricks with blicks. Do your project always, dumping crews like twos. Nigga all day, secrets of war, prepare me for the worst. A life that's lavish, full of cabbage, or a life that's in the hearse. But now my dreams, it seems though, be placing triple beams and things, bro. Diamond piggy rings got the loot popping out. My train to keep my Glock cocked. The trouble was searching for me, then why not? Show 'em what I made up, plus raised on my block. Chancellor and with me, he turned to the street. Start snatching bags, preoccupied with making cash and buzzing fast. It'll make me mad, I'm just like my homie on the corner with his gat tucked. Y'all can stay buckin' something that life can lead. The life he don't need, don't we all know? He trying to rise up and reach his goal, yo. Still he
Dreams of lost hope. I hit the strip broke where the fiends get cold. And still I rise, now I float, cowards ghost. Whenever we come around, I'm running down. Clutching the pound, lava sirens ducking the sound. I used to hustle with my mom till the sun came. My homie Ham doing time from the drug game. Stolen cars, war scars, born an outlaw. Behind bars, go to sleep just to see the stars. Freedom is ours, so we trap on a burnt block. Crack kids, only 10 learn to duck.
In 96, my glass, my plastic passion for blasting bastards. No faces for open caskets, peeling your cat backwards. Your cowards ain't prepared for pistol practice. I send my missiles through your mattress, leaving holes in your body like a cactus. While me and my crew be bopping, more green's the topic. And loot to keep the seams in my motherfucking jeans popping. Leaving your spleen to pick up. Half of you niggas is softer than a snicker. Let's go to war and see who grow quicker. And still I rise, and still I rise.
all day, every day. So now I got real estate. Bitch. Thought you knew. I'm out the
Architect.
Drop! President Trump says he's spoken with Kentucky's Democratic governor after 2 Louisville police officers, as we told you, were shot during last night's protests. Yesterday, the president was asked to comment on Breonna Taylor's case. And while he didn't address the grand jury's decision to not charge any of the officers involved with her killing, he did take time to praise the state's Republican Attorney General.
Well, I thought it was really brilliant. Kentucky Attorney General Daniel Cameron is doing a fantastic job. I think he's a star.
You go busting your fist against a stone wall. You're not using your brain. That's what the white man wants you to do. Look at you. What makes you ashamed of being black?
Number love for
I even know how hard it is. Being a woman, a black woman at that. Shit. In this white man's world, sometimes we overlook the fact that we be riding hard now since we don't be knowing the pain we be causing. This white man's world. This white man's world. I ain't saying I'm innocent in all this. I'm just saying this white man's world. This song's to y'all. For all those times that I mess up or we mess up. Dear sister, got me twisted up in prison, I miss you. Crying, looking at my nieces and my nephew's picture. They say don't let this cool world get you. Kinda suspicious, swearing one day you might leave me for somebody that's richer. Twist the cap off the bottom, I take a sip and see tomorrow. Gotta make it if I have to beg a bubble. Reading love letters late night, locked down and quiet. If brothers don't receive they mail, best believe we ride. Eating Jack Mac, staring at the walls of silence inside this cage where they captured all my rage and violence. In time I learned a few lessons, never fall for riches. Apologies to my true sisters, far from bitches. Help me raise my black nation, reparations are due. It's true, caught up in this world, I took advantage of you. So tell the babies how I love them, precious boys and girls, born black in this white man's world. And all I heard was only thing they ever did wrong. Yeah, born black. This white man's world. All my ghetto motherfuckers are proud to be black and be proud to have this shit like this. Nobody got it like this. All these motherfuckers wanna be like us. They all wanna be like us. To be the have-nots. All here. God bless you, shout out, hold his own, no motherfucking down. Being born with less, I must confess, only adds on to the stress. 2 gunshots to my homie's head, died in his vest. Shot him to death and left him bleeding for his family to see. I pass his casket, gently ask him, is there heaven for G? My homeboy's doing life, his baby mama be stressing, shedding tears when her son finally asked that question. Where my daddy at? Mama, why we live so poor? Why you crying? Heard you late night to my bedroom door. Now do you love me, mama? Why they keep on calling me nigga? Get my weight up with my hate and pay them back when I'm bigger. And still thugging in this jail cell, missing my block. Hearing brothers screaming all night, wishing they stop. Proud to be black, but why we act like we don't love ourselves? Don't look around, just suck, check yourselves. Know what it means to be black, whether a man or girl, we still struggling in this white man's world. We must fight for brotherhood, man. We must fight for brotherhood, born black in this white man's world. We must fight for brother Geronimo Pratt. We must fight man's world for broken lords, Kofi. We must fight man's world for the countless political prisoners who are locked up falsely by this white man. Change, choose a new direction, and a blink of an eye. My time away just made perfection. Cause I think I die. Not gon' fly, why should I care? Like we holding on to lost love that's no longer there. Can you please help me? God bless me, please keep my seeds healthy. Making all my enemies bleed while my G's wealthy. Hoping they bury me with ammunitions, weed and shells. Just in case they trip in heaven, ain't no G's in hell. Sister, sorry for the pain that I caused your heart. I know I'll change if you help me, but don't fall apart. Rest in peace to Latasha, Lil Yummy and Kato. Too much for this cold world to take, ended up being fatal. Every woman in America, especially black, bear with me, can't you see that we under attack? I never meant to cause drama to my sister and mama, but we make it through better times in this white man's world.
You're out of touch with reality. A few of you in a few smoke-filled rooms calling that the mainstream. Why the masses of the people, white and black, red, yellow, and brown, poor and vulnerable, are suffering in this nation.
Never that. In this white man's world, they can't stop us. We've been here all this time, they ain't took us out. They can never take us out. No matter what they say about us being extinct, about us being endangered species, we ain't never gonna leave this. We ain't never gonna walk off this planet unless y'all use your brain. Use your brain. It ain't them that's killing us, it's us that's killing us. It ain't them that's knocking us off, it's us that's knocking us off. I'm telling you, better watch it or be a victim. Be a victim in this white man's world. All the real OGs be out.
The seal and the Constitution reflect the thinking of the founding fathers that this was to be a nation by white people and for white people. Native Americans, blacks, and all other non-white people were to be the burden bearers for the real citizens of this nation.
You motherfucking right. I'm the bitch that's keeping it live and keeping it hot when you punk ass niggas don't. Nigga West Side, what? Bring it on.
Look for me, lost in the whirlwind. 96 Bonnie and Clyde, me and my girlfriend. Doing 85 when we ride, trapping this world of sin. Born as a ghetto child, raised in this whirlwind. Come on, our childhood years, recalling tears, heart laced with venom. Smoking shirt, drinking more liquor, Father forgive us. Me and my girlfriend, hustling, fell in love with the struggle. Hands on the steering wheel, clutch, watch me bail out, bustle. Fuck them all, watching fall screaming. Automatic gunfire, exercising all demons. My mafio's on my side, my congregation high, ready to die. We bail out to take the jail back. Niggas unite, our first date. Can't wait to see you naked, touch you in every secret place. I can hardly wait to bust freely. Got you wearing hot, you so happy to see me. Made the front page, prime time, live on TV. Nigga, my girlfriend, maybe 45, but she still live. One shot, making niggas heartbeat stop.
Well, we continue to follow breaking news this morning. 2 LA County Sheriff's deputies are in the hospital after they were ambushed in Compton, shot multiple times. The suspect still on the run. Now, that shooting happened just before 7 last night outside the Blue Line station on Willowbrook Avenue. KCAL 9's Joy Benedict is live at the scene with the latest for us on the investigation. Good morning, Joy.
Good morning, Amy. Yeah, this is almost 12 hours now since the shooting took place, and there is still a very somber feel out here as the investigation does continue here on the scene. As you mentioned, we are here on the Blue Line station. We are right across the platform from where this took place on Willowbrook. There is the car still over there. You cannot see it now from this angle that we are at, but this is where investigators say those 2 deputies were shot in their vehicle. The sheriff called it an ambush.
I'm busting on you punk ass niggas. Run, nigga, run!
This is architect music, take music.
Ducking out. Nigga, I'm busting on all you bitches. Run, nigga, yeah! West side, Die, nigga, die!
My girlfriend, blocking in the darkest night. When niggas at bitch made, she got the heart to fight. Nigga, my girlfriend, though we separated at times, I knew deep inside, baby girl would always be mine. Picked you up when you was 9. Started out my life of crime with you. Bought you some sales when you turned 22. It's true, nothing compares to the satisfaction that I feel when we out mashing. Me and my girlfriend. All I need in this life for sin is me and my girlfriend. Down the ride to the bloody end. Just me and my girlfriend. All I need in this life for sin is me and my girlfriend. Down the ride to the bloody end. Just me and my girlfriend. I was too immature to understand your ways, and experience back in the days caused so many arguments and strays. Now I realize how to treat you, the secret to keep it. Being faithful now, cheating, sleeping. We closer than the hands of time, deeper than the drive of mankind. I trust you dearly, I shoot blind. In time I clock figures, dropping niggas as we rise. We all soldiers in God's eyes. Now it's time for war, never leave me, baby. I'm paranoid, sleeping with you loaded by my bedside, crazy. Jealous when you hang with the fellas. I wait patiently alone, anticipating for the moment you come home. I'm waiting by the phone, this is true love, I can feel it. Had a lot of women in my bed. I'll be there through it all. You're the reason I can stand tall. Me and my girlfriend, all I need in this life is it. Just me and my girlfriend. Down the ride to the bloody end. Just me and my girlfriend. All I need in this life is it. Just me and my girlfriend. Down the ride to the bloody end. Just me and my girlfriend. I love finger fucking you. All of a sudden I'm hearing thunder when you bustin' up. Niggas be ducking or taking numbers. Love to watch you at a block party begging for drama while leasing on the old timers. That's on my mama, I would trade my life for yours. Behind closed doors, the only girl that I adore. Everything I'm asking for, talking to me, begging me to just take you around. 17 like Randy, you just wanna be down. Talking loud when I tell you be quiet. You move the crowd, bustin' rounds, activating the ride. That's why I love you so. No control down the road, unleashed. After a hit, you break apart. Then back to one piece. Much love to my one and only girlfriend. The world is ours. Just hold me down, baby. Witness the power. Never leave a nigga alone. I love you black or chrome. Turn this house into a happy home. Me and my girlfriend. All I need in this life is it. It's me and my girlfriend. Down the ride to the bloody end. Just me and my girlfriend. All I need in this life is it. It's me and my girlfriend. Down the ride to the bloody end. Just me and my girlfriend. All I need in this life is it. Me and my girlfriend. Down the ride to the bloody end. Me and my girlfriend. Lost in the whirlwind. 96 Bonnie and Clyde. Me and my girlfriend. Doing 85 when we ride, dropping this whirlwind. Born as a ghetto child, raised in the whirlwind. Look for me, lost in the whirlwind. 96 Bonnie and Clyde, me and my girlfriend. Doing 85 when we ride, dropping this world of sin. Born as a ghetto child, raised in this whirlwind. Look for me, lost in the whirlwind. 96 Bonnie and Clyde, me and my girlfriend. Doing 85 when we ride, dropping this world of sin. Born as a ghetto child, raised in this whirlwind. Look for me, lost in the whirlwind. 96 Bonnie and Clyde, me and my girlfriend. Lost in the whirlwind. 96 Bonnie and Clyde, me and my girlfriend. Meet my girlfriend.
Architect.
You gotta get the ground beneath your feet, partner. Get the wind behind your back and go out the blaze if you got to. Otherwise, you ain't shit. You might as well be dead your damn self.
Everything I do to represent my people.
I'm smoking these niggas like they Tupac. I'm smoking these niggas like they Tupac, go ahead and rock. I'm smoking these niggas like they Indo, breaking them like they windows and still they rip till they get a whiff of the shit that I kick. And if they ever had a notion to stop me, shoot your best shot and get dropped with your posse. Static. Tupac. Static is the last thing you need when you see me. Tupac, go ahead and rock. Static is the last thing you need when you see me. Static. Tupac. Static is the last thing you need when you see me. Tupac, go ahead and rock. Nigga, I got the mods. I'm taking them out a lot. I got more than you could hot. I'm rocking the spot, so now they drop. Come and get dropped. Tupac ain't trying to hear it. I'm swearing at your rock. I'm swearing at you not so hot. Static is the last thing you need when you see me. Better have a bat or a gat to defeat me. Nigga, I'm a whole posse rolled into one shot. Taking all you got while your girl gets hot and rocks the spot. Static. Tupac. Static is the last thing you need when you see me. Tupac, go ahead and rock. Static is the last thing you need when you see me. Static. Tupac. Static is the last thing you need when you see me. Static. Tupac. Static is the last thing you need when you see me. Funky flavor with the gift that only God gave. We get a funky flavor with the gift that only God gave. We get a funky flavor with the gift that only God gave. Hold it to my grave. I'd rather die to be a slave. Slaves come as dope dealers, some come as addicts. Some come to run while the others call static. Static. Tupac, go ahead. Static is the last thing you need when you see me. Static is the last thing you need when you see me. Static. Tupac, go ahead. Static is the last thing you need when you see me.
Follow breaking news this morning. 2 LA County Sheriff's deputies are in the hospital after they were ambushed in Compton, shot multiple times. The suspect still on the run.
One time, nigga, one time.
Where? Nigga, you ready to die? Yo, be careful with that, man. It's low.
No matter what I do, they got a nigga still running from the police.
With the motherfucking Nikes on tight, get ghost.
I ain't got nothing on my mind. We're getting in some trouble, licking shots till they drop, leaving bloody blood puddles, crossing right into light. Now we in a gunfight, I can shoot the gauge, pebbles at the devils to die tonight. It's on me, but if I die, bury me a motherfucking G, or open casket on them bastards so they all remember me. With my vest on my chest, my jewels and my peace, thug life, motherfucker. They got me running from the police, nigga. You know that's true. Catch a nigga like K-Dogs, chillin' with a crew. Every damn day, parlay with my glass of Ray. The OJ, and it's all okay. Till that fucking fake shot, got to play the man. Ran me down the block with my glass in my hand. Damn, I hope it don't spill. Nigga chill, shit is real, cock back my steel.
Still running from the police, I get no sleep. I got them peeping in my window while I'm smoking endo. But I ain't no motherfucking track star. Pigs got a G like Big Mouth running through motherfuckers' backyards. So I grabs my piece before I flee. And instead of me running, these bitches just running from me. Lick shots, hit spots, so for my piece. Cause a nigga like Big Mouth is free running from the police.
What about they find me funny from the punk police? They thought I caught me, but them gun store. What about they find food for me, mom? Pull up the bag, then just go and let's rob. Look around, punk police. Run as fast as you can, but you can't me. Look around, punk police. They have to blast back, they blast back.
I was scheming and fiending for loops and took the crooked route to ghetto fame. I flipped the page and now I won the game. The insane brain, go get and fly like a plane on them suckers with my nigga Biggie Smalls, cause they're up. Check it, I grew up a fucking screw up. Got introduced to the game, got an ounce and fucking blew up. Chopping rocks overnight. The nigga Biggie Smalls trying to turn into the Black Frank White. And we got the workers bumping rocks, binge by the flock, and we're getting it. The dirty cop are jealous, so they sweating it. I'm letting it smoke, hope they don't play me for no joke and provoke a homicide. So just let the drama slide, we're keeping it real. Fuck how you feel, Biggie Panther Steel. Let's serve these motherfucker slugs as a fucking meal. We had to grow dreads to change our description. 2 coppers on the milk box missing. Showed they toes, you know they got stepped on. A fist full of bullets, a chest full of Teflon. Run from the police, picture that. Nigga, I'm too fat. I fuck around and catch an asthma attack. That's why I bust back. It don't faze me. When he drop, take his Glock and I'm Swayze. Yeah. Celebrate my escape, solar Glock, bust some weight. Lay back, I got some money to make. Motherfucker.
They find me out running from the police. They find a hot day, but them gun store. What about they from the hood and me more? Pull up the pot and let's school and let's walk. Look around, punk police. What about that fast you can, but you can't stand me. Look around, punk police. They have to fly back to the black.
They got me running from the 5-0, ducking and dodging in my survival. Depends on when I let up with my 9. I'm moving swifter than the next nigga. No time for sex, cause in my mind all I wonder is who's next. Nigga, my homie slipped and now he pays the price. He did a drive-by, 16, now he's doing triple life. Tell me, is it me or my upbringing? I spit that thug shit, nigga, motherfucker singing. I hope you got your Timberlands on tight, cause I ain't giving up. I'd rather duck these motherfuckers all night. I'm running through the projects. Biatch, they'll never catch me cause I'm low and trigger happy on the Biatch. Don't say you never heard of me till they murder me. I'm a legend. You thug niggas go to heaven. I'm rolling with the thoroughheads. We getting ghost on them hoes. And yo, I got no love for the 5-0. I'm running from the police.
What about that by myself? I'm for the police. Them never got me, but them gun store. What about that from the hood and me more? Pull up the pot and just shoot and let's walk.
Let's bring in Ben Tracy, who's following the latest from the White House. Ben, there was also kind of a surreal moment when a reporter pressed the president on some more, on Breonna Taylor to get some more insight from him, and he said abruptly that he had to take an emergency phone call. I've never seen that in a White House press briefing. Do we know what that call was, and did the president return?
There does not seem to have been an emergency last night. From what we're hearing, the president had a couple campaign events that he was doing virtually, as well as making some fundraising calls. So I don't think that was there was no national emergency that we're aware of.
So do we know if he's planning to do anything, if he's planning to talk to the governor, if he's planning to talk to the attorney general about this?
Yeah, so the president says that he has talked to the governor there. The president has said that he's happy that they declared that state of emergency, that the National Guard had been at least put on standby. Apparently, you heard him praise the Republican Attorney General of Kentucky. That's perhaps not surprising. Daniel Cameron was part of the Republican National Convention praising President Trump. So you're seeing a very different response from President Trump to what we're seeing in Kentucky and in Louisville than we have seen in what the president would refer to as some other blue states around the country, where he has basically threatened the full force of the federal government. The president did use his Twitter feed, perhaps predictably, to call for law and order.
Dear Mr. President.
This is architect music.
Right, because shit is still real fucked up in my neighborhood. Pretty much the same way, right around the time when you got elected. Ain't nothing changed. All the promises you made before you got elected.
Tell me what to do. These niggas acting up in the hood. Send more troops, dear Mr. President.
Me and my homies just wonder what's going on. Holla.
Why should I lie when I can traumatize? Niggas fell victim to my lyrics, now traumatized. Simply by spitting, I've been blessed, giving riches. Enemies, suspicious, cause I'm seldom in the company of bitches. Plus the concepts I depict, so visual that you can kiss each and every trick or bitch inside the shit I kick. My heaviest verbs are moving mountain casualties in mass amounts. Brothers keep counting, fuck the friendships I ride alone. Destination death row, finally found a home. Plus all my homies wanna die, call it euthanasia. Dear Lord, look how sick this ghetto made us. Sincerely, yours, I'm a thug. The product of a broken home, everybody's doped up. Nigga, what you smoking on? Forget if we hide, it could train us. But then America fucked up and blamed us. I guess it's cause we black that we targets. My only fear is God. I spit that hard shit. In case you don't know, I let my pump go. Ride from a Tulu like I ride for Geronimo. Down to die for everything I represent. Every word in my letter to the president. Dear Mr. President, tell me what to do. These niggas acting up in the hood, send more troops. Dear Mr. President, tell me what to do. These niggas acting up in the hood, send more troops.
Baller in the White House. I hope you comfortable, cause yo, I spend my nights out. When the lights out, under the safety of darkness, amongst the crazy and the heartless and young soul bros, ready to roll the star shit, arm shit. Leave a nigga flat for scratch, regardless. I gotta get you, but you can't understand that. Want a band rap, stand back before you get hurt. It's the only thing they can pay today besides making work. On a mission, listen, once reach my goal position. First with my decision, I realize I ain't living. Driven to dress the message, trying to get stacks and cheddar. Motherfuckers say cops wait, it ain't getting better. But just keep telling us that it is. While your motherfucking troops keep killing our kids, dig. Don't be surprised if you see us dumping up, but artillery to free us, Mr. President. Damn, Mr. President, tell us what to do. These niggas acting up in the hood, send more troops. Damn, Mr. President, tell me what to do. These niggas acting up in the hood, send more troops.
Strapped and angry with no hope and heart, bro. Fighting first my train brain until it's not so. It's hostile. Niggas lick shots to watch their glass glow. Coppers and coppers patrol us like we some animals. And it ain't no peace. Not a piece of peace on my street. Just people beefing and fiends tweaking on their feet for weeks. Mr. President, it's evident. Nobody really cared for a struggle out the gutter. 22 with gray hair. I was raised to raise hell. Frail in my heart stale. Swore I'ma bring hell to earth until my heart fail. But y'all play fair. Give me a mind I share. Till y'all show us y'all care. Stormy ma'am out here. Me and these 223s that freeze the biggest with it. I'm still a nigga you feel. Bring the beast to his knees. And I've been born to represent. For that I've been heaven sent. And I meant every word in my letter to the president.
Shit is still fucked up, y'all. And y'all wonder when it's gonna get better. It ain't gonna get better.
Dear Mr. President, tell me what to do. These niggas acting up in the hood, send more troops. Dear Mr. President, tell me what to do. These niggas acting up. Heavenly Father, may I holler at you briefly. I wanna meet the president, but will he meet me? Is he scared to look inside the eyes of a thug nigga? We tired of being scapegoats for this capitalistic drug dealing. How hypocritical is liberty? That blind bitch ain't never did shit for me. My history full of casket and scars. My own black nation at war, whole family behind bars. And they wonder why we scarred. 13 looking hard, sister had a baby as an adolescent when was gone. Somewhere in the middle of my mind is a nigga on the tightrope screaming let him die. Can't lie, I'm a thug, drowning in my own blood, looking for the reason that my mama strung out on drugs. Damn to die for everything letter to the president. Blacks is broke, think it's a joke that we living low. Y'all sniffing, blowing posts of what they getting for. Tell the secretary it's necessary, we get paid. Look what you made, little kids getting sprayed. Day after day and night after night. Battles and wars to the daylight. We might change or rearrange if you do something. Till then we gonna keep it coming, Mr. President. And I meant every word in my letter to the president.
Word motherfucking life. Fuck this nigga thing. Cutting taxes, taking off welfare. We supposed to just sit here, go broke and die? Starving? Motherfuckers crazy in the motherfucking scalp. Nigga, this thug life. West side outlaw immortals, nigga. If the hustle is coming, tell me what you do. These niggas acting up in the hood. Send more troops. Did Mr. President tell me what to do? These niggas acting up in the hood. Send more troops. Did Mr. President tell me what to do? These niggas acting up in the hood. Send more troops. Did Mr. President tell me what to do? These niggas acting up in the hood. Send more troops. Dear Mr. Clinton, shit. It's getting harder and harder for a motherfucker to make a dollar in these here streets. I mean, shit. I hear you screaming peace, but we can't find peace till my little niggas on these streets get a piece. I know you feel me cause you too near me not to hear me. So won't you help a nigga out? You saying we cut welfare, that got us niggas on the street thinking who in the hell care? Shit. Y'all want us to put down our Glocks and our rocks, but y'all ain't ready to give us no motherfucking dollars. What happened to our 40 acres and a mule, fool? We ain't stupid. Think you got us looking in the loop, trying to turn all us young niggas into troops. You want us to fight your war? What the fuck I'm fighting for? Shit, I ain't got no love here. We had a check all year. Taxes, all the blacks and police beating me in the streets. Fuck peace. Niggas acting up in the hood, send more troops.
So, at the briefing, the president was asked what should be a pretty sort of simple question, whether or not he would participate in a peaceful transition of power should voters choose not to re-elect him. Simple question. He did not respond with a simple answer. Here's what he had to say.
Well, we're going to have to see what happens. You know that I've been complaining very strongly about the ballots, and the ballots are a disaster.
I understand that, but people are rioting. Do you commit to making sure that there's a peaceful transfer of power?
We want to get rid of the ballots, and you'll have a very we'll have a very peaceful. There won't be a transfer, frankly. There'll be a continuation.
No changes. Wake up in the morning and I ask myself, is life worth living? Should I blast myself? I'm tired of being poor and even worse, I'm black. My stomach hurts, so I'm looking for a purse to snatch. Cops give a damn about a Negro. Pull a trigger, kill a nigga, he's a hero. Get it back to the kids, who the hell cares? One less hungry mouth on the welfare. First ship them, don't let them deal with brothers. Give them guns, step back, watch them kill each other. It's time to fight back, that's what Huey said. 2 shots in the dark, now Huey's dead. I got love for my brothers, but we can never go nowhere unless we share with each other. We gotta start making changes. Learn to see me as a brother instead of 2 distant strangers. And that's how it's supposed to be. How can the devil take a brother if he's close to me? I let it go back to when we played as kids, but then changed. That's the way it is. Come on, come on.
That's just the way it is. Things will never be the same. That's just the way it is. Oh yeah.
Hear me.
That's just the way it is. Things will never be the same. Oh, yeah. That's just the way it is. Oh yeah.
I see no changes, all I see is racist faces. Misplaced hate makes disgrace to races. We under, I wonder what it takes to make this one better place. Let's erase the wasted. Take the evil out the people, they'll be acting right. Cause both black and white and smoke a crack tonight. And the only time we chill is when we kill each other. It takes skill to be real time to heal each other. And although it seems evident, we ain't ready to see a black president. It ain't a secret, don't conceal the fact. The penitentiary's packed and it's filled with blacks. But some things will never change. Try to show another way, but you're staying in the dope game. Now tell me what's a mother to do. Being real don't appeal to the brother in you. You gotta operate the easy way.
I made a G today,
but you made it in a sleazy way. Sell it back to the kids.
I gotta get paid.
Well, hey, well that's the way it is. Come on, come on.
That's just the way it is. Things will never never be the same. That's just the way it is. Oh yeah.
Hear me.
That's just the way it is. Things will never be the same. That's just the way it is. Oh yeah.
We gotta make a change. It's time for us as a people to start making some changes. Let's change the way we eat, let's change the way we live, and let's change the way we treat each other. You see, the old way wasn't working, so it's on us to do what we gotta do to survive. And still I see no changes. Can a brother get a little peace? It's war on the streets and a war in the Middle East. Instead of war on poverty, they got a war on drugs so the police can bother me. And I ain't never did a crime I ain't have to do, but now I'm back with the facts, giving it back to you. Don't let them jack you up, back you up, crack you up, and pimp smack you up. You gotta learn to hold your own. They get jealous when they see you with your mobile phone. But tell the cops I can't touch this. I don't trust this. When they try to rush, I bust this. That's the sound number 2. You say it ain't cool. My mama didn't raise no fool. And as long as I stay black, I got a stage strap. And I never get to lay back, cause I always gotta worry about the payback. Some buck that I roughed up way back, coming back after all these years. Rat-a-tat-tat-tat-tat. That's the way it is.
That's just the way it is. Things will never be the same. That's just the way it is. Oh yeah.
You're my brother, you're my sister.
That's just the way it is. Things will never be the same. That's just the way it is. Oh yeah.
Some things will never change.
DJ
Supreme.
Architect.
Perhaps I was addicted to the dark side. Somewhere inside my childhood when this my heart died. And even though we both came from the same places, the money and the fame made us all change places. How could it be through the misery that came to pass? The hard times make a true friend afraid to ask for currency, but you can run to me when you need, and I'll never leave. Honestly, someone to believe in. As you can see, it's a small thing to a truth. What could I do? Real homies help you get through. And coming new, he do the same thing if he could. Cause in the hood, true homies make you feel good. And half the times we be acting up, call the cops, bringing a cease to the peace that was on my block. It never stops when my mama asks me, will I change? I tell her, yeah, but it's clear I'll always be the same until the end of time.
These broken wings, I need your hands to come and heal me once again.
Until the end of time.
Till the end of time. Till the end of time. Till the end of time.
Please Lord forgive me for my life of sin. My heart stares seem to scare all my sister's kids. So you know I don't hang around the house much. This all night money making got me out of touch. Shit, ain't flashed a smile in a long while. An unexpected birth, worse of the ghetto childs. My attitude got me walking solo, ride out alone in my Lolo, watching the whole world move in slow-mo. For quiet times disappear, listen to the ocean. Smoking ports, think my thoughts, then it's back to coasting. Who can I trust in this cold world? My phony homie had a baby by my old girl, but I ain't tripping, I'm a player, I ain't sweating him. Our sexy sister had a moment like a Mexican. His next of kin, no remorse, it was meant to happen. Besides rapping, only thing I did good was scrapping until the end of time.
These broken wings, I need your hands to come and heal me once again. So
until the end of time. To live my life as an outlaw all along,
Remain strong in this planet full of player haters. They conversate with death row full of demonstrators. And in the end, drinking Hennessy made all my enemies envy me. So cold when I flow, eliminating easily. Fall to their knees, they plead for their right to bleed, while begging me to keep the peace. What I can see, closer to achieve. In times of danger, don't freeze, time to be a G. Follow my lead, I supply everything you need. An ounce of game in the training to make a G. Remember me as an outcast outlaw. Another album out, that's what I'm about. More, getting raw till the day I see my casket buried as a G, while the whole world remembers me until the end of time.
These broken wings, need your hands to come and heal me once again, once again.
Until the end of time.
Songs will always stay
until the end of time.
Till the end of time. Till the end of time.
Maybe it's the thugs in me.
Who you are,
Supreme.
One nation under a thug and bullet sky. Young nation, no revolution and no cause. One nation, young, black and dangerous by far. Young nation just trying to get this.
Murderous mind state, can't keep my nine straight. Sipping on this Hennessy, waiting for the time to break. Show up and motherfuckers bow down, recognize. West side death row, outlaw riders. Untouchable mob of pistol packers. Well-known fellas labeled for drugs, selling merciless jackets. Forever buzz, roll with thugs and dogs. Commence to letting off rounds, then escaping the fog. Who wanna see me solo? Catch Machiavelli while he's sleeping. My mini 14 murdering niggas while they creeping. Ducker you ass out, drink till you pass out. Ain't scared to die, drunk driving in my glass house. Niggas is under me, they bitches come to me. They heard the stories, nigga, now they wanna really see. Born first, my motto is fully guaranteed. Niggas is player haters, label them my enemies.
One nation under a thug and bullet sky. Young nation, no revolution and no cause. One nation, young, black and dangerous by far. Young nation just trying to get this.
When it's on, I'm popping off every chance I get. Out the window on some uptown anthem shit. I'm stressing, but ain't no pressure here, I've been there before. Fugitive task force at my girlfriend's door. Now they checking in her bedroom, I ain't there. 40 cows, extended clip still, I ain't scared. Outlaw and best believe they won't take me alive. I'm different and I'ma prove it if it take me to die. Knew that God had a plan for me, but he won't be laying up in my casket or doing life in the can for me. Maybe I'm brazy or paranoid than a bitch. Me dying, you think I let him see the joy from that shit? Walking dead angels spend their last days by me. New Jersey John like Dave Tyree. Young Georgia Jonathan Jack, your guns clap. My nigga Brett, soldier like Geronimo Pratt. And come through cocking the black pound. When they put the twin towers up, Hawk, I'm knocking them back down. Poster child, yeah. Air Force Ones with the crocodile checks and supposed to wild sex. Money and murder is all I breathe, and my life is full of judges and chasing enemies. In the night through the Henny, I see the eyes of the devil. G riding with extra boxes of bullets to the 9 in the shell.
You are one nation under a thug and bullet sky. Young nation, no revolution and no cause. One nation, young, black and dangerous by far. Young nation just trying to get this.
I always thought I have to die to do a record with Pac, so I wrote from the perspective of a graveyard box. You end up in the box cause them grave robbing bastards dig your grave back up, snatch you out the casket. Worms in my eyes, eating through my cabbage. The flesh to the bones to the ashes. But I'm not dead, I'm actually in a session with the pot keeper and shot money progressing. They don't really want no drama, I know your goons. That's why I keep pressure on them like an open wound. This God given, he keep giving me
better music. So every time you hear me, my songs present improvement. Y'all can't kill me, y'all forever losing. Songs are evolution. If I load your gun for you and we bang it out with some other niggas, you better shoot it. Don't try to lie and say you was bustin', I'm clever, stupid. Claiming you rapping ruthless. You got the same bullets that you had when I loaded it for you, you never used it. The Nasarima dream, get ready for execution. Papoose, Fatal, and Pop, the revolution.
You are one nation under a thug and bullet sky. Young nation, no revolution and no cause. One nation, young, black, and dangerous by far. Young nation, just trying to get this. Young nation, just trying to get this.
Turn your fucking back on me, nigga.
DJ.
Supreme. Architect.
This is architect music.
Yeah. Clearing up for you. All right. Yeah. Why niggas look mad? Y'all supposed to be happy on the screen. Y'all niggas look like y'all wanted me to stay in jail. Oh, busters.
Fatality.
Picture me rolling in my 500 Benz. I got no love for these niggas. There's no need to be friends. They got me under surveillance. I swear somebody can tell it. No, there's no being sold. But I ain't the one selling. Don't wanna be another number. I got a fucking gang of weed to keep them going under. The federalists wanna see me dead. Niggas put prices on my head. Now I got 2 Rottweilers by my bed. I feed them lead. Now I'm released. How will I live? Well, God forgive me for all the dirt a nigga did. To feed kids, one life to live. It's so hard to be positive when niggas shooting at your crib. Mama, I'm still thuggin', the world is a war zone. My homies is inmates, and most of them dead grown. Full grown, following your man. Still scheming on ways to put some greed inside the palms of my empty hands. Just picture me rollin', flossing the beans on rims that isn't stolen. My dreams are censored, my hopes are born. I'm like a fiend that finally sees when the dope is gone. My nerves is wrecked, heart beating and my hands are swollen. Thinking of the G's I be holding. Picture me rollin'. Can you see me now? Move to the side a little bit so you can get a clear picture. Can you see it? Picture me rollin'. Yeah, nigga. Hey, but peep how my nigga Psych do it. Guess who's back?
I got keys coming from overseas. Cost a nigga 200 G's. I'm a street commando, Nino, for example. This lavish lifestyle is hard to handle, so I got the flaws cause I'm more like a boss player. Thug bred to be a woman layer. So many player haters imitate a steady swinging. Make me wanna start bang banging. So I'm caught up in the game. Dress code change. Packing 40 Glocks to tame or rearrange. All that jealousy and envy coming from my enemies. While I'm sipping on Re-Man, running back Lexus Chevys on the roam. 96 big body sitting no chrome. As we head up out the zone, Stone facing his own. You can admire, but don't look too long. I'm living a dream with triple beams and my pockets bulging. It's hard to imagine. Picture me rolling.
Fuck up and formulate a caper. Cause a nigga straight suffering from like I haven't paid for. My bitch finna have a bad to see, so I need to hit a lick drastically. I see some bowling ass niggas and they slipping in my spot. And big in the pot, they got a chicken in the pot.
We caught him sleeping, he didn't keep you niggas creeping. It's how we do it every weekend, I dump the man. The time to count the proper CPO, you got the bomb spot. Nigga, time to clock it. I get the liquor and you can get the female. The crooked shit that we inflict and get street sales.
Move smooth as a motherfucker, me and my nine. I'm cool as a motherfucker, I'ma get mine. Now we're satisfied. Got the pockets on swollen balls hog and this pocket nigga. Picture us rolling.
Y'all ready for me? Picture me rolling roll call. You know, some motherfuckers out there I just could not forget about. I wanna make sure they can see me. Number 1 on my list, Clinton Correctional Facilities. All you bitch ass CEOs. Can you niggas see me from there? Ballin' on y'all punk ass. Picture me rolling, baby. Yeah. All the niggas up in them cell blocks. I told y'all niggas when I come home it's on. That's right, nigga. Picture me rolling. Oh, I forgot. The DA. Yeah, that bitch had a lot to talk about in court. Can the hoe see me from here? Can you see me, hoe? Picture me rolling. And all you punk police, can you see me? Am I clear to you? Picture me rolling, nigga. Legit. Free like OJ all day. Can't stop it. You know I got my niggas up in this motherfucker. Manu, Pain, Sight, Mogo, Moprin. Sad dog, sad. Can you picture us rolling? Can you see me on? Is y'all ready for me? We about this bitch. Anytime y'all wanna see me again, rewind this track right here, close your eyes, and picture me rolling.
We begin today's show looking at the case of Assata Shakur, a legendary figure within the Black Panther Party and the Black Liberation Army. On Thursday, she became the first woman ever to make the FBI's most wanted terrorist list. In addition, the FBI in the state of New Jersey doubled the reward for her capture to $2 million. Shakur was convicted in the May 2nd, 1973 killing of a New Jersey state trooper during a shootout that left one of her fellow activists dead. She was shot twice by police during the incident. In 1979, she managed to escape from jail, and she later fled to Cuba, where she received political asylum. She has long proclaimed her innocence. On Thursday, FBI Special Agent Aaron Ford spoke at a press conference announcing Shakur's placement on the most wanted terrorist list. He refers to Shakur as Joanne Chesimard, her original name.
Openly and freely in Cuba, she continues to maintain and promote her terrorist ideology. She provides anti-U.S. government speeches espousing the Black Liberation Army message of revolution and terrorism. No person, no matter what his or her political or moral convictions are, is above the law. Joanne Chesimard is a domestic terrorist who murdered a law enforcement officer execution style.
That's FBI Special Agent Aaron Ford. In a moment, we'll be joined by two guests, the scholar and activist Angela Davis, who faced her own murder trial decades ago, and Lennox Hines, Assata Shakur's longtime attorney for some 40 years. But first, we turn to Assata Shakur in her own words. In 1998, Democracy Now! Aired her reading an open letter to Pope John Paul II during his trip to Cuba. She wrote the message after New Jersey state troopers sent the Pope a letter asking him to call for her extradition.
My name is Assata Shakur, and I was born and raised in the United States. I am a descendant of Africans who were kidnapped and brought to the Americas as slaves. I spent my early childhood in the racist, segregated South. I later moved to the northern part of the country, where I realized that black people were equally victimized by racism and oppression. I grew up and became a political activist, participating in student struggles, the anti-war movement, and most of all, in the movement for the liberation of African Americans in the United States. I later joined the Black Panther Party, an organization that was targeted by the COINTELPRO program, a program that was set up by the Federal Bureau of Investigation to eliminate all political opposition to the U.S. government's policies, to destroy the Black liberation movement in the United States, to discredit activists, and to eliminate potential leaders. Under Under the COINTELPRO program, many political activists were harassed, imprisoned, murdered, or otherwise neutralized. As a result of being targeted by COINTELPRO, I, like many other young people, was faced with the threat of prison, underground, exile, or death. The FBI, with the help of local police agencies, systematically fed false accusations and fake news articles to the press, accusing me and other activists of crimes we did not commit. Although in my case the charges were eventually dropped or I was eventually acquitted, the national and local police agencies created a situation where, based on their false accusations against me, any police officer could shoot me on sight. It was not until the Freedom of Information Act was passed in the mid-'70s that we began to see the scope of the United States government's persecution of political activists. At this point, I think that it is important to make one thing very clear. I have advocated, and I still advocate, revolutionary changes in the structure and in the principles that govern the United States. I advocate self-determination for my people and for all oppressed people inside the United States. I advocate an end to capitalist exploitation, the abolition of racist policies, the eradication of sexism, and the elimination of political repression. If that is a crime, then I am totally guilty. To make a long story short, I was captured in New Jersey in 1973 after being shot with both arms held in the air and then shot again from the back. I was left on the ground to die, and when I did not, I was taken to a local hospital where I was threatened, beaten, and tortured. In 1977, I was convicted in a trial that can only be described as a legal lynching. In 1979, I was able to escape with the aid of some of my fellow comrades. I saw this as a necessary step, not only because I was innocent of the charges against me, but because I knew that the racist legal system in the United States, I would receive no justice. I was also afraid that I would be murdered in prison. I later arrived in Cuba, where I am currently living in exile as a political refugee. The New Jersey State Police and other law enforcement officials say they want to see me brought to justice. But I would like to know what they mean by justice. Is torture justice? I was kept in solitary confinement for more than 2 years, mostly in men's prisons. Is that justice? My lawyers were threatened with imprisonment and imprisoned. Is that justice? I was tried by an all-white jury without even the pretext of impartiality and then sentenced to life in prison plus 33 years. Is that justice? Let me emphasize that justice for me is not the issue I am addressing here. It is justice for my people that is at stake. When my people receive justice, I am sure that I will receive it too.
That is an excerpt of a letter Assata Shakur read, an open letter to Pope John Paul II during his trip to Cuba in 1998. When we come back from break, we'll be joined by Assata Shakur's longtime attorney, Lennox Hines, and the scholar and activist, Angela Davis. Stay with us.
West side in this motherfucker. West side in this motherfucker right here. West side in this motherfucker. West side in this motherfucker right here. West side in this motherfucker. West side in this motherfucker right here. West side in this
Can't nobody stop us when we blunted up and swerving. Back in the suburban, screaming outlaw, running on the curb. They never try me, cause right behind me, you kill a team. I get a word, cut the head off a nigga like a guillotine. This Hennessy, keep me calm though. Sitting in the back of the club, trading convo. Living like a don in my own mind. Signal Gaddafi, nigga, watch me with the Chrome 9. All the time drinking champagne. Walk through the crowd, let the tramps hang. Niggas play 8, but do a damn thing. Picture me doing 80, down the one-way, stuck in the trunk. Caught in gunplay, so I gotta keep my eyes open. Getting high, wonder why we gotta die smoking. My alibi, I'm just a freak, like them other vibe in the mark for death. Spending my nights like it's the last one left. I'm an outlaw. Am I wrong? I wanna get it going on. Last to leave till I see everybody's gone. I'm at the bar, you can catch me. Hands full of liquor, or puffing on the sweet swisher. I'm the last one left. I wanna get it going on. Last to leave till I see everybody's gone. I'm at the bar, you can catch me. Hands full of liquor, or puffing on the sweet swisher. Guess I'm the last one left. I got my back against the wall, yeah, chilling by my balls. Prior to Rollers, ride a nigga that's only 5'6" tall. Napoleon only knows on we outlaws. Fuck fear, better strap down to the fullest, cause we out here. Thug passion all up in me, feeling like I drunk some Henny. It ain't easy, I'm trying to make $1 out of 2 pennies. War, we got these rap niggas, wouldn't pull a gat niggas. Only come outside cause they think Pac died, nigga. Last niggas with our tech, taking showers in our back. Pac come and catch right, nigga, we the last ones left. Inside my own dome, fresh out of jail, it was hell, but I'm finally home. Looking for niggas that was woofing that shit when I was locked back. Hands on the pole, make them jump when they got back. Fuck them all, they bitches inside a world of weak. Bitch niggas be afraid to speak. We the last. Tell me, am I wrong to wanna get it going on? Last to leave till I see everybody's gone. At the bar, you can catch me. Hands full of liquor, or puffing on the sweet swisher. Like I'm the last. Am I wrong to wanna get it going on? Last to leave till I see everybody's gone. At the bar, you can catch me. Hands full of liquor, or puffing on the sweet swisher. Last. Am I wrong to wanna get it going on? Last to leave till I see everybody's gone. At the bar, you can catch me. Hands full of liquor, yeah, puffing on the sweet swisher. I eat and sleep the worst shit. Curse and birth. Me and my team, super supreme, putting in work. I'm passed up, drunk as a fuck, till it hurt. And I call Earl, screaming, fuck the world. I got a bitch on the side, wanting to be my wife. And wifey beeping, wanting to know if she see me tonight. And I know it ain't right, but it's the life I got. And that's until I see y'all, and that's until I see Pop. Young no, I lost control, somebody hold me down. And if the world was a girl, I stick my dick in the ground. Fuck the world. West side in this motherfucker right here. West side in this motherfucker. West side in this motherfucker right here. West side in this motherfucker. Outlaw in this motherfucker right here. Outlaws in this motherfucker. In this motherfucker right here. In this motherfucker. West side in this motherfucker right here. West side in this motherfucker. West side in this motherfucker right here. West side in this motherfucker. In this motherfucker right here. West side in this motherfucker. Outlaw in this motherfucker right here. West side in this motherfucker. This motherfucker right here. West side in this motherfucker. In this motherfucker right here. West side in this
DJ.
motherfucker. Supreme, 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 supreme.
Architect. I am the architect.
I ain't never just tripped.
I've been waiting for you.
Just looked at the whole situation, cause once you look at it, you know, really do. They don't give a fuck about us. They don't give a fuck about us. They don't give a fuck about us. If I just ride, nobody don't give a fuck about us. When I start to rise, some say niggas is hard-headed cause we love to trip. Equipped with game, though we bang with this thug and shit. I see you tryna hide, hoping that nobody don't notice. You must always remember you're still a member of the hopeless. See you black like me, so you snap like me. When these devils try to plot, trap out young black seeds. Look at coppers as stupid as the niggas they chasing, looking for gold models. Our father figures is basis. Some say expect Illuminati, take my body to sleep. Niggas at the party with they shotties, just as rowdy as me. Before I fear computer chips, I gotta deal with brothers flipping. I don't see no devils bleeding, only black blood dripping. We can change, what your mouth say. I'm watching niggas work their lives out without pay. Whatever it takes to switch places with the busters on top. I'm busting shots, make the world stop. They don't give a fuck about us. If I choose to ride, fuck until the day I die. Cause they don't give a fuck about us. But when I start to rise, a hero in their children's Now they give a fuck about us.
It's the morning after, and now all the laughter is gone. Time to reflect on what you did, cause they saying you wrong. I'm sure you had your reasons, dog, I don't doubt you. See, the simple fact of the matter is they don't give a fuck about you or them 5 miles you forced to read, not including yourself. All you want is wealth, they perceive it as greed. So as you load it up, that Mac and continue to bust. Your mama's on paper, thinking they don't give a fuck about
I'm seeing
us.
it clearer, hating the picture in the mirror. They claim we inferior, so why the fuck these devils fear you? I'm watching my nation die, genocide the cause, expect the bloodbath. The aftermath is yours. I told you last album, we need help cause we dying. Give us a chance, help us advance cause we trying. Ignore my whole plea, watching us in disgust. And then they beg when my guns bust. They don't give a fuck about us. Now if I choose to ride, fuck until the day I die, nobody gives a fuck about us. But when I start to rise, a hero in their children's eyes, now they give a fuck about us. If I choose to ride, fuck until the day I die, nobody gives a fuck about us. But when I start to rise, a hero in their children's eyes, now they give a fuck
Now
about
all the
us.
homies got love for me, down to catch a slug for me, guaranteed to bleed deeply. Now that's love. Shit, nobody else would give a fuck if I'm toe down from the flow down, 6 feet deep in the cut. What the fuck done went wrong? How long will I be mourn when I'm gone? Same song, ain't give a fuck all along. And who am I to blame them? Just do and die through the raining. Since they don't give a fuck, I don't feel what I'm saying.
Now thug niggas die by multiplying doubles, wrapped in plastic or closed casket for our troubles. Present times be busted like bubbles. With the police, this nation's be sent here to run you. Now look at what this crooked world has come to. I grew up on the other side of perfect, a life of hurt and master a hustle, but soon die uncertain. So I spend your time poor and working. I see no reason, so I stay ballin' season to season. Why you stuck thinking that they give
Tell
a
me
fuck?
that my world is in peace, but nigga, you're lying. Cause half of my niggas long gone, buried in the dirt just for trying. Sometimes I think my pocket's dying, and that is awful. To wake up to another day, shit ain't changed, that's awful. I wake up sweating, dreaming, coughing, seeing me upside down, backwards, head twisted while I'm laying in the coffin. The shit comes around so often, so tell me something before I take it out on the world and get the dumping. Nigga, I'll be so if I ain't go through the struggle, and I'm doing the same thing you did at my age, and that's hustling on the edge of straight busting. Well, since you don't give a fuck, I was frontin', I'ma drink my Hennessy like it ain't nothing.
Now if I choose to ride, fuck until the day I die, they don't give a fuck about us. But while I'm kicking rhymes, getting to their children's minds, now they give a fuck about us. They wanna see us die, they kick us every time we try, cause they don't give a fuck about us. So while I'm getting high, I'm watching as the world goes by, cause they don't give a fuck about us. If I choose to ride, fuck until the day I die, they don't give a fuck about us. But while we kicking rhymes, getting to their children's minds, now they give a fuck about us. They wanna see us die, they kick us every time we try, cause they don't give a fuck about us. While my niggas get high, I'm watching the world goes blind, cause they don't give a fuck about us.
This is architect music,
The whole liberation of oppressed people in the United States has to do not with climbing up some ladder to success, not for asking to be just like Rockefeller or just like DuPont or just like Ford, because that would only continue the oppression and exploitation of oppressed people in the United States, and specifically African people born and raised in the United States. Socialism is an integral part of building social justice on this planet. The condition of my people, my history, was very much connected with other oppressed people, and I began to see that the same foot that was on the necks of the Vietnamese people, that was on the necks of all oppressed people on the planet, was the same foot that was on my neck. And so I began to understand that imperialism has to go. It is a poison that is killing people all over this world. The priorities of this planet have to be completely changed. And instead of profits, instead of policies that destroy the earth, that destroy the water, that destroy human beings, I believe a policy that protects people, that makes people live in a community, a world community That's what I believe. That's my basic political commitment at this moment.
This is architect music.
Everybody ducking. Just pay attention. Here's a story about my little homies. Straight thuggin', little bad young motherfuckers. Gotta love them. You could catch them in this G-Rod, clutching his Glock, screaming outlaw, busting on my enemies' block. Educated on these cold streets, getting money, making dummies out the police. Ain't no peace for an adolescent nigga too rap to be a thinker, blood smoker 24/7. Everyday drinker, got my diploma, but I never learned shit in school. More money, more bitches, more murder, fool. Always the young niggas getting in shit. She wouldn't stop the conversation, so you called her a bitch. Bustin' on paper thin motherfuckers, drinking gin before you get to sinning on the buses. Empty this clip, pass by like you didn't know me. Everybody's ducking. My fucking little homies.
Little homies on the rise, niggas gon' die tonight. Let's get high tonight. Little homies on the mash, running from these punk police. Cause little niggas on the streets. Little homies on the rise, niggas gon' die tonight. Let's get high tonight. Little homies on the mash, running from these punk police. Cause little niggas on the streets.
Remember when you was just a little G flirting with death, playing Russian roulette, screaming kill me. Hey there, young nigga, what you smoking on? Mad at the world cause you came from a broken home. Let a squad, bunch of mob and sick, a bunch of adolescent niggas spitting major shit. Tell me, young nigga, if you die, let me know. Would your heart feel pain watching as your mother cries? Will all your homies ride, or will they all get high and talk about how you died? Young niggas on a mission to complete, getting G's, packing heat, bringing havoc to the fucking streets. Nobody knows why he took a 4-4 and unloaded on the whole front row. Try to tell him, but he act like he don't know me. Pull out his pistol and show my little homies.
Little homies on the ride, niggas gon' die tonight. Let's get high tonight. Little homies on the mash, running from these punk police. Cause little niggas on the streets. Little homies on the ride, niggas gon' die tonight. Let's get high tonight. Little homies on the mash, running from these punk police. Cause little niggas on the streets.
Bomb 16 on death row, bustin' on them phony motherfuckers cause the big homie said so. Niggas knew I was a nutcase, quick to blast, living underage, but it blaze on your bitch ass. Is there heaven for a G? And if it is, will I finally get to be at peace? On these streets ain't no peace. Shell shock shows, making money off of crack sales. Young black male, unable to change cause it's a cycle. Plus nobody knows the evil that they might do. Lil Moo, Big Yacht, K Castro, Big Mouth, Hussein, call them outlaws. Telling the world to be equipped when these young motherfuckers rip shit, they don't quit. Droop down on me, pull a pound on me, bust like you didn't know me. My little homies.
Little homies on the ride, niggas gon' die tonight. Let's get high. My little homies. Little homies on the mash, running from these punk police. Cause little niggas on the streets. Little homies on the ride, niggas gon' die like you didn't know me. My little homies. Little homies on the mash, running from these punk police. Cause little niggas on the streets. Little homies on the ride, niggas gon' die tonight. Let's get high tonight. Little homies on the mash, running from these punk police. Cause little niggas on the streets. Little homies on the ride, niggas gon' die tonight. Let's get high tonight. Little homies on the mash, running from these punk police. Cause little niggas on the streets. Little homies on the ride.
How you niggas gon' fuck with us? You can't fuck with the real niggas. These little wild ass motherfuckers. Fucking little homies. Gotta send this one out to my little homies. Napoleon, Hussein, Gaddafi, Didi, K Castro. You know, my little homies. Fade out, that old Montclair, my little homies. East Orm, my little homies. My little homies. This world is such a, and when I say this world, I mean it. I don't mean in an ideal sense. I mean in every day, every little thing you do. It's such a gimme, gimme, gimme.
everybody back off. You know, everybody's like, you taught that from school, everywhere. Big business. If you want to be successful, you want to be like Trump, gimme, push, step, crush. That's how it all is. And it's like, nobody ever stopped. Just, you know, I feel like, instead of us just being like, slavery's bad, slavery's down, bad whitey. I mean, all right, let's stop that. And everybody's smart enough to know that, I mean, we've been slighted. And we want ours. And I don't mean by like ours, 40 acres and a mule, because we're past that. But we need help. I mean, for us to be on our own 2 feet, us meaning youth or us meaning black people, whatever you want to take it for us to be on our own 2 feet, we do need help. Because we have been here. We have been a good friend. If you want to make it a relationship type thing, we have been there, and now we deserve our payback. It's like you got a friend that you don't never look out for. You know, you dressed up in jewels. Now America's got jewels, and they paid and everything, and they lending money to everybody except us. And it's like, you know, everybody need a little help on their way to being, you know, self-reliant. You know what I'm saying? That's the whole thing about the album, about the Special Olympics. Everybody need a little something and they to be independent. No independent person just grew up and was born independent. You worked and you learned teamwork and you learned cooperation and unity and struggle, and then you became independent. And we have to teach that and instill that. And why is it that they want to do that? I mean, if this is truly a melting pot in the country where we care about it, and Lady Liberty got a hand like this, she really loves us, then we really need to be like that. And it needs to be the black kids. And if there's a white person who got money, then he need to help them. He need to help black kids, Mexican kids, Korean kids, whatever. But it need to be real. And it need to be before we all die, and then you say, oh, I made a mistake. We should have gave them some money. We really should have helped these folks. It's going to be too late. You know what I'm saying? And then that's when you got to pay your own karma. And that's when God make you punish. When God punishes you. Because I feel like, you know, it's too much money here. I mean, nobody should be hitting lotto for $36 million and we got people starving in the streets. That is not idealistic. That's just real. That is just stupid. There's no way Michael Jackson should have, or whoever Jackson, should have $1,000,000 billion and then there's people starving. There's no way. There's no way that these people should own planes and their people don't have houses, apartments, shacks, drawers, pants.
We say to people that say, well, they earned it. Now you go out and you're earning it.
If they earned it, then I think that that's good, and I think that they deserve it. But even if you earned it, you still owe. Because look at me, I don't have that mega money, but I feel guilty walking by somebody. I got to give them some mail. And if I know I got $3,000 in my pocket, I feel like it's wrong to give that person a quarter or $1. It's wrong. Only you know what you got in your pocket. And that's wrong. No matter what they do, if they take it and drink it, they take it and drink it. But, I mean, you got. You understand? And we all know how hard it is, and it's not about if you good or you bad. So since it's not about if you good or you bad, we know that because he don't got don't mean he was bad. Or don't mean he's a criminal, or don't mean he's crazy, or a drug addict, or none of that. It just means he don't got. And ain't it bad that you got 30? I mean, can you imagine somebody having $32 million? $32 million. And this person has nothing, and you can sleep. You can still go to the movies about, I mean, and then these are the type of people that get humanitarian awards. Millionaires. How can they be humanitarians? By the fact that they millionaires and there's so many poor people shows how unhumane they are. You know what I'm saying? And that bugs me. Not saying that when I'm never going to be rich, and you know what I'm saying? But I'm saying it's a struggle, and I think everybody deserves. And I think there's a way to pay these people. I think there is a way. It just takes to be revolutionary. And it takes to do something out of the ordinary. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think that if we just said, okay, I got an idea. No more porno buildings. You know what I'm saying? Let's build houses. Or no more polo games. Let's build houses for poor people. You know what I'm saying? Or, look, okay, I know you're rich. I know you got $40 billion. But can you just keep it to one house? You only need one house. And if you only got 2 kids, can you just keep it to 2 rooms? I mean, why have 52 rooms and you know there's somebody with no room? It just don't make sense to me. It don't. And then these people celebrate Christmas. They got big trees, huge trees, all the little trimmings. Everybody got gifts, and then somebody's starving. And they're having a white Christmas. They're having a great Christmas, eggnog and the whole 9. That's not fair to me.
Troublesome, nigga. Troublesome 19 motherfucking 96. Yeah. Let it be known, nigga. The boss of all bosses, Machiavelli. Minutes and methods label me a lethal weapon, making niggas die, witnessing breathless imperfections. Can you picture my specific plan? To be the man in this wicked land, underhanded hits a plan. Scams are plotted over grams of rocks, and undercover agents die by the random shot. We all die in the end, so advanced we swole. I was all about my ends, fuck friends and foes. Me, a born leader, never lead a block without my heater. Got me a dog and named him my bitch nigga Heater. What could they do to me, a little brat? Shit, them niggas that shot me and still terrified I get they ass. How can I show you how I feel inside? We outlaws, motherfuckers can't kill my pride. Niggas talk a lot of shit, but that's after I'm gone. Cause they fear me in the physical form. Let them be known, I'm troublesome. Troublesome niggas. Outlaws. Put it down to the fullest. Spitting rhymes and bullets. Troublesome. Y'all know what time it is. Call upon police. They can't stop us. Niggas running. Troublesome. Gutter ways, my mentality is ghetto. A gorilla in this criminal war. We all rebels. Death before design, I bet I bomb on them first. Niggas knew we came from murder. Pulling up in the hearse. West side was the war cry. Busting off frilly, screaming fuck all y'all niggas in Swahili. Pistol packing fresh out of jail. I ain't going back. Release me to the care of my heartless strap. Say my name 3 times like Candyman. Bet I roll on your ass like an avalanche. A soul survivor. Learn to get high and pull drive-bys. Murder my foes, can't control my nine. Hearing thoughts of my enemies bleeding, please. Bust ass motherfuckers tried to flee. Picture me letting this chump survive. Ran up on his ass when I dumped him died. Cause I'm troublesome. Young, strapped, and I don't give a fuck. I'm hopeless. I live a thug life, losing my focus, baby. I'm troublesome. Bad boy killer. There is no one realer. What you saw was the rough, rugged, and raw. Outlaw. Murder, murder, my mind state. Shit ain't changed since my last rhyme. The crime rate ain't declined. Niggas busting shots like they lost their mind. Like 25 to life never crossed their mind. Tell me young nigga never learned a thing. Dead at 13 cause he yearned to bang. Sent a lot of flowers, but how could I cry? Tried to warn a little nigga either stop or die. Mercy is for the weak, when I speak I scream. Afraid to sleep, I'm having crazy dreams. Vivid pictures of my enemies, family times. God forgive me cause it's wrong, but I plan to die. Either take me in heaven and understand I wasn't cheap. Did the best I could, raised in insanity. Or send me to hell, cause I ain't begging for my life. Ain't nothing worse than this cursed ass hopeless life. I'm troublesome. In your wildest dreams you couldn't picture a nigga like me. I'm troublesome. I don't give a fuck. I'm troublesome. Like my nigga Napoleon said, nigga. Somebody gotta explain why I ain't got shit. I'm troublesome. You know what time it is, the outlaw clique. Young, rugged, and sick. Machiavelli, the Dawn, the boss, all bosses. Mussolini, Idi Amin, Hussein Fatal, Gaddafi, Castro, Napoleon, Bo Nitty. We ain't fucking around. We troublesome. Hey yo. We troublesome. I ain't going. Young Castro. The first to blast, the last one to dash. Going for the holes in the cash. Fuck you niggas. Outlaws.
Distribution will begin within 24 hours after notice. So a lot of work has been going on with respect to the vaccines. Very successful work, I might add. We have 3 great companies doing somewhat different variations, but they're all looking very good. From the beginning of the China virus, all nations have understood that our top priority must be to develop a vaccine as quickly as possible to end the pandemic and get life back to normal. The successful vaccine will not only save millions of lives, it will put an end to the restrictions and some of the things that go on and have to go on in the meantime. Since January, America's brilliant doctors and scientists have been working around the clock. These are the best medical minds in the world by far, and the vaccines are going through the gold standard of clinical trials and very heavy emphasis placed on safety. 3 vaccines are already in the final stage. Joe Biden's anti-vaccine theories are putting a lot of lives at risk, and they're only doing it for political reasons. It's very foolish. It's part of their war to try and discredit the vaccine now that they know that we essentially have it. We'll be announcing it fairly soon. As part of Operation Warp Speed, my administration's manufacturing all of the most promising vaccines in advance. And actually, it'll be fairly long in advance. As soon as a vaccine is approved, the administration will deliver it to the American people immediately. Distribution will begin within 24 hours after notice, and the general, I think those are the words specifically you wanted us to use.
Yes, Mr. President.
Within 24 hours, you're all set to go, and massive amounts will be delivered through our great military, and the general is one of our best, and he is ready to go.
Staring at me like an infrared nigga. Pictures of plenty, sipping my glass full of Henny. Hands on my semi, automatic kill for pennies. Approach for contact, cause I'm live, I multiply. Soon as I open fire, niggas die with open eyes. Scared to take a nap, it's a trap. A long maze, dreaming of getting stacks. Making scratch the wrong way. What the song say? We murder motherfuckers daily. Blackout, blow the track out. My lyrics never fail me. I inhale strong weed to release the stress. Deliver the bomb shit from the east to west. Like, yeah, niggas pull out when I say so. Commence to popping motherfuckers, copying it's fatal. Efficiently, I delete and flee. The art of war, living sucker free. Get with me, motherfuckers don't show. Go to sleep. You can get your cash on, nigga, if you peep. Other niggas close their eyes, sing your dreams and they sleep. But don't fall asleep. Don't go to sleep. You can get your cash on, nigga, if you peep. Other niggas close their eyes, sing your dreams and they sleep. But don't fall asleep.
I envision myself in a pistol populated area in the distance in the wind with a Glock and about 10 of the homeboys on smash. Get to smashing, first motherfucker move, nigga blasting. I'm a gangsta ass nigga. DP to the fools banging on them like hoe beats. Fucking eyes closed in the mist with your eyes half open. The homie with the scoping, about 15 others posting. Nigga, the gangsters run this motherfucker constantly smoking. We'll murder everything in this bitch, eyes wide open. The homie Pac said spray him in the discussion. He didn't say it for nothing. Nigga started busting. I'm a gangster nigga. Just remember, nigga, don't sleep, nigga. Don't trip or tweak, nigga.
Don't go to sleep. You can get your cash on, nigga, if you peep. Other niggas close their eyes, sing your dreams and they sleep. Nigga, don't fall asleep. Don't go to sleep, nigga. Go to sleep. You can get your cash on, nigga, if you peep. Other niggas close their eyes, sing your dreams and they sleep. But don't fall asleep. Sleep, baby.
In the minute of it all rejuvenated my dog. Fucking up these niggas for the wrong, the right call. Breaking laws, breaking jaws, just fucking all y'all. Singing is believing, now it's time to break down the walls. Barricaded, faded, except with just one blast. Let them know don't fuck around, but go up, I can dash. Greeted with gunshots, duplicate the block. After we saw it done, nigga, what do we got? Who banging on niggas for more than 15 figures? Put a hex on their gas and watch their gas die quicker. Dad's Hitler the killer, make them all remember. The deadly rap I deliver, make the family shiver. Controlling and holding down, won't renounce the crowd. Serving and laying motherfuckers down. Drop the bomb, prepare for war, let's even the score. Bringing it to you niggas like you bargained for.
Don't go to sleep. You can get your cash on, nigga, if you peep. Other niggas close their eyes, sing your dreams and they sleep. But don't fall asleep. Don't go to sleep. You can get your cash on, nigga, if you peep. Other niggas close their eyes, sing your dreams and they sleep. But don't fall asleep. Don't go to sleep. You can get your cash on, nigga, if you peep. Other niggas close their eyes, sing your dreams and they sleep. But don't fall asleep. Don't go to sleep. You can get your cash on, nigga, if you peep. Other niggas close their eyes, sing your dreams and they sleep. But don't fall asleep. Don't go to sleep. You can get your cash on, nigga, if you peep. Other niggas close their eyes, sing your dreams and they sleep.
See, I was going to Africa one day, and I had to get a shot. And I asked the doctor, who was a friend of mine, before you give me that shot, do you know what's in that vial that you're vaccinating me with? He said, yes, it's on the label. I ain't asked about the label.
Supreme Architect.
I asked you, did you know what was in that vial? His answer, I really don't know. How could we let the former colonial and slave master bring in vaccines for our people, and we don't have scientists or laboratories to look at this and test it to see if it is what is on the label?
This is Architect music.
DJ.
Supreme.
Never had a friend like me. Believe that. Cause you ain't never had a friend like me. See, at night I watch the sky, I take another breath, I smoke my new boy to the butt like it's the last motherfucker left. Just me and you evading enemies, let you get my last shot of Hennessy. Ain't never had a friend like me.
Architect music.
Was once a little dust kicker, now becomes a G who cannot call when they all fail. Collect calls to my dogs from the county jail, sending me mail, heard the blocks in the same shape. Ain't nothing changed, niggas slanging at the same place, the same faces, supposed to always hate our foes. This lifestyle is forever, watch the game unfold. Shedding crocodile tears, just got life plus. And you wonder if these white judges like us. Just stay strong, we'll appeal, nigga, you'll be free. Down with you to the very end, cause you ain't never had a friend like me. I'm down for you, so ride with me. My enemies, your enemies, cause you ain't never had a friend like me. Nobody knows where we'll be. My enemies, your enemies, cause you ain't never had a friend like me. I'm down for you, so ride with me. My enemies, your enemies, cause you ain't never had a friend like me. Nobody knows where we'll be. My enemies, your enemies, cause you ain't never had a friend like me. How can I be blamed? Forgive me, Lord, I'm insane. In search of fame, won't hurt to change. Following the footsteps of past dealers. Equipped with ski masks, no witnesses, we blast squillers. Maybe now they feel us in this act of war. More casualties, no survivors. Any man that defies quickly dies. Cause we ride us in my quest for chips. We wear vests equipped with automatic fire. We reply when my enemies trip. Me and you against the nation. Whispering while we conversating. Cause niggas died over information. How much more can we take? Expect us all to break, the world ain't ready for us yet, so let's make Clinton pay. They never wanted us to make it. Everything that we possess, we had to fight and take it. I think the president is smoking weed, bumping this beat, making a living out my misery. So they got a friend like me, I'm down for you, so ride with me. My enemies, your enemies, cause you ain't never had a friend like me. Nobody knows where we'll be. My enemies, your enemies, cause you ain't never had a friend like me. I'm down for you, so ride with me. My enemies, your enemies, cause you ain't never had a friend like me. Nobody knows where we'll be. My enemies, your enemies, cause you ain't never had a friend like me. Promise to visit, I know it's rough in your cell, receiving mail to the county jail. This is hell, when I was younger I could picture living in luxury, so how the fuck did I end up in prison? Fucking snitches that got me crossed by my own side. I found him by himself, no drama, he alone died. Nobody cried, should've never testified. You got my nigga 25, so now I sacrifice your life. Help to separate me and my dog. Broken ties, why the fuck should I let you live? When I'm dead inside, rapid fire my delivery. I'm busting at your whole crew, nigga, remember me. Hit up my outlaw set, then throw my pistol in the ocean. Ditch my ski mask, then get the straight coasting. It's visiting day at San Quentin, always there to see your closest road dog. Cause you ain't never had a friend like me. I'm down for you, so ride with me. My enemies, your enemies, cause you ain't never had a friend like me. Nobody knows where we'll be. My enemies, your enemies, cause you ain't never had a friend like me. I'm down for you, so ride with me. My enemies, your enemies, cause you ain't never had a friend like me. Nobody knows where we'll be. My enemies, your enemies, cause you ain't never had a friend like me. I'm down for you, so ride with me. My enemies, your enemies, cause you ain't never had a friend like me. Nobody knows where we'll be. My enemies, your enemies, cause you ain't never had a friend like me. Come after us, let's be complete. My enemies, your enemies, cause you ain't never had a friend like me. Nobody knows where we'll be. My enemies, your enemies, cause you ain't never had a friend like me. Come after us, let's be complete. My enemies, your enemies, cause you ain't never had a friend like me. Nobody knows where we'll be. My enemies, your enemies, cause you ain't never had a friend like me. You ain't never had a friend like me. Cause you ain't never
She is a heroine to some. As a fighter for black rights, she is a villain to others who believe she hides her crimes behind revolutionary rhetoric. Back in the 1970s, Assata Shakur was known as the soul of the self-styled Black Liberation Army, an armed group implicated in the killings of several police officers. In New Jersey, Governor Whitman has posted a $50,000 reward for her capture. Meet her now in Cuba. As she walks through Havana streets, she is just another shopper. She passes almost unnoticed by Cubans. Her name is Assata Shakur. In the United States, she is known by the police and FBI as Joanne Chesimard, one of the nation's most wanted fugitives. Wanted for what police describe as the cold-blooded execution of a New Jersey state trooper back in the 70s. She denies it and says of the state cops,
they want to just kill me. They want to see me dead.
Chesimard was convicted in the killing of Trooper Werner Foster and the wounding of another trooper in a furious shootout on the New Jersey Turnpike in East Brunswick. That's where Chesimard was wounded, and one of two men in the car with her was killed. The other later captured. Police say that after Trooper Forrester was shot down, his own gun was ripped from his holster and 2 bullets were fired into his brain. After her capture in that deadly shootout, she was sentenced to life in prison. In 1979, with the help of 3 armed men, she broke out of the women's prison in Clinton, New Jersey.
She made her break this afternoon from the prison in Clinton, New Jersey, and lawmen once called her the soul of the Black Liberation Army.
Chesimard went underground and then surfaced in the 1980s in Cuba under Fidel Castro's protection. Now, at 50 and a grandmother, she agreed to talk with me in Havana. Chesimard, or Assata Shakur, insisted she had killed no one and was railroaded by an all-white jury and by what she called racist New Jersey state troopers.
Did you shoot Werner Foster?
No, I did not. I was shot with my arms in the air, then shot again in the back, and then left on the ground to die.
That is absolutely false. Our investigation shows that Joanne Chesimard initiated the conflict. She reached into her pocketbook, pulled out a 9mm weapon, and started firing at Trooper Harper.
Were you holding a weapon?
No, I was not. No.
Well, after almost 25 years, the roadway area has changed somewhat, but this is the spot where the shooting occurred. Joanne Chesimard was in the front seat on the passenger side. The driver of the car and Trooper Forrester were in the back of the car. It was after midnight, and shots rang out.
Harper, who was the other police that was at the scene,
other trooper,
started to shoot. And, you know, after that, everything is like foggy. It was horrible. It was like a prolonged version of hell. You know, I felt like, you know, everything was moving around. My chest started to explode. My head started to explode. And the next thing I knew, you know, they were coming by me and saying, is she dead yet? Is she dead yet? And I was later taken to a hospital, and I was beaten. I was tortured.
I think that, you know, as so happens so often with the criminal element, they have a tendency to turn things around, and they become the victim. We got to remember that, number one, there's a trooper who is dead.
And why did Assata Shakur escape from prison using hostages as a shield instead of appealing her case to higher courts?
I never received justice, and I escaped, A, because I was afraid for my life, and B, because I knew that I would never receive justice.
As to Chesimard's claim that she was left on the ground to die, Colonel Williams told me she and her Confederate actually sped away in their car 5 miles down the turnpike before she was finally captured, and that it was Trooper Forrester who was left on the ground to die.
Rule number 1, niggas die daily. Ready for whatever? Hell yeah. What type nigga be a thug life nigga? Them thug life niggas be the craziest. Run up nigga.
There's no way to survive in the city, it's a shame. Niggas die from a hollow point, bullet to the brain. While I survive and while I die is what I wonder. Puffing on blunts and getting drunk to keep them going under. Getting lost in the madness, blood and getting tipsy. Got my pistol out the window screaming, Lord, come and get me. Am I sick or am I just another victim? Unloading my clip, I'm watching every bullet spit when I kick them. Niggas die from automatic gunfire. It's time to expire, nobody cry. Every man gotta die. When they bury me, they
young entree. It's all about making money, getting yours, and knocking coppers off the motherfucking planet. Word to the motherfucking nine, nigga. We gon' make this motherfucker ours. If they don't feel me, they gon' kill me. So psych, get scandalous, nigga.
Am I going to hell or will I reach heaven? After all the shit I did with my Mac 11, did I sell my soul? Mama wanna save me. That's the way that daddy raised me. Oh God, help me, I'm losing it. So fuck it, take me, I'm doing it. I need to change and look for a better way. I got a 100-round clip to my AK. Committed sins, I might die in vain. So fuck it, we'll live off the street fame. God has sent me in the right direction. And get hit by a diesel in the intersection. I know you're out there, help a young brother. Till then I'ma smoke motherfuckers. Things wouldn't be so bad if we got the things that we never had. I'm ready for whatever.
That's my motherfucking nigga there. Big ballin' ass suck. Yeah, nigga. You school them young busters on how it is to be a real motherfucking G. And the non-Drake motherfuckers is dying early, so you best be packing. If you ain't, booyah, motherfucker.
Dear mama, I know you worry cause I'm hardly at home. Every other night in jail, got you pacing by the phone. Wanna shake it cause I can take it, got me living in hell. Like I'm walking with a secret that'll kill me if I tell. I live a thug life, can't nobody change me. Not to the brain, going insane, just a part of the game. So much pain in the fast lane, finally it's dry eyes. When I die, bury me with my 4-5. And let the devil feel the wrath of a nigga. Going to hell with my finger on the trigger. Now everybody's staring, got a nigga losing hair, and they wonder if I'm all there. Well, don't blame me, blame the flame, the flickers, when niggas getting richer. More money. Now tell me if you wanna live forever, niggas dying, so be ready for whatever.
Come on, ready, yeah, ready for whatever. Ready for whatever. Thug life niggas, and we be ready for whatever. Let me go like this. Ready for whatever. Big side, he be ready for whatever. My nigga Kato, ready for whatever. Be ready for whatever. And my nigga Man, be ready for whatever. My nigga Banks, be ready for whatever. Moto, be ready for whatever. Big Serge, be ready for whatever. Johnny J. Go, you ready for whatever. My nigga Rock, be ready for whatever. Yeah, ready for whatever. Ready for whatever. My big ballin' ass nigga Bo. Ready for whatever for sure. Yeah, you know, it's how players do it. I know you standing there confused. You wondering what type nigga is a thug life nigga? Life nigga. He is nigga. We be them ballin' play ass nigga about getting riches, bitches, and plenty more. Hear me?
The outcome of last administration's executive action has been only more repression and a move to crush the peaceful democratic movement. Therefore, effective immediately, I am canceling the last administration's completely one-sided deal with Cuba. We do not want U.S. dollars to prop up a military monopoly that exploits and abuses the citizens of Cuba. Our new policy begins with strictly enforcing U.S. law. We will not lift sanctions on the Cuban regime until all political prisoners are freed, freedoms of assembly and expression are respected. All political parties are legalized, and free and internationally supervised elections are scheduled. Elections. We will very strongly restrict American dollars flowing to the military, security, and intelligence services that are the core of the Castro regime. They will be restricted. We will enforce the ban on tourism. We will enforce the embargo we will take concrete steps to ensure that investments flow directly to the people so they can open private businesses and begin to build their country's great, great future, a country of great potential. To the Cuban government, I say, put an end to the abuse of dissidents. Release the political prisoners. Stop jailing innocent people. Open yourselves to political and economic freedoms. Return the fugitives from American justice, including the return of the cop killer, Joanne Chesimard. And finally, hand over the Cuban military criminals who shot down and killed 4 brave members of Brothers to the Rescue who were in unarmed, small, slow, civilian planes.
What's the matter with them Americans? We get more pussy than they do.
Turn it up in my headphones, homie. Super ghetto near you. Street fame. More. Coming to a ghetto near you. I wasn't mad until he trick shot me. It's time I sanitize my posse. Look how paranoid these niggas got me. Cellular calls will be in trace. Sim surveillance silently. Mama chill, thug living, pay the bills. I'm dying violently. Closed caskets, exposed bastards. I leave them bloody. Dolores Tucker, don't let your kids hear a nigga speak on getting money. Ain't nothing funny. Green got a nigga seeing things. Why? Hit the lie. Hope to God I can fly. Lethal weapon, I'm a savage. Still a method to my madness. Blast niggas laugh. Call a cash cabbage. Read them and weep. Put them to sleep, they hellbound. Lyrics to leave them spellbound. Clown down, tired of being held down. Cross my heart, hope to die blind. And some pussy millionaire. Living carefree, sucker free. Player haters miss me, hoping hard times never catch me slipping. Fuck authorities, they wonder why minorities be bitching. We ain't having it, time to tear this shit back. Ghetto children kick back. Once I hit the map, niggas will never get this shit back. Spit it so eloquently, my pistols represent me. Bustin' till my rounds empty. Back for the street fame. One love to my true thug. Coming to a ghetto near you. Street fame. Bust. Coming to a ghetto near you. Street fame. All out warfare, eye for eye, busting on my enemies, bad boy killers. Straight dissing you. Fuck Little Kim, you nasty bitch. Temperature rises, niggas blinded by my lyrical disguise. No time to plot retreats, niggas shiver and die. Multiple rounds found lace in his body and face. Wrapped in plastic, the acid erased all trace. Criminal tactics, the rap game became so drastic. Military mob, mash, all our bones get blasted. If we bleed, then they suffocate, choking in terror. So we strive, seeing our lives be reflected in mirrors. The prophecy is clear, niggas lock and low, disappear. Strategize with no fear, waging war for years. The crack game wasn't big enough, ready to rush. Bitch made motherfuckers get murdered in touch. I go to jail, niggas screaming free man. Speaking freely, conversating with my comrades. Kicking Swahili, indeed they should fear my first seed. It gets worse, blame the curse to be a G on the first to breathe. Come and see in stacks, artillery in the back. Strap, armies be camouflaged in all black. When we attack, holla out my set, nigga. Tighten your jaw, giving birth to the outlaws. Street fame, bust nigga, bust. Coming to a ghetto near you. Street fame. Only Machiavelli the dog can put it down like this. Coming ain't none like this. Positive identification got me rushed to the station. Stuck in this lineup, trying hard to hide my face. They placed the name but can't recall description. I ain't did shit, officer. That bitch tripping. Promise retaliation. They playing busted. No man to be trusted. Everything corrupted once a man touch it. Kamikaze, hoping that none of the spies find me. That's why we bye daily, knowing cops cheering me. But why cry? Floating while we toting on this potent branch. Flossing in the thug stands, spitting tuck inside my pants. Never underestimate me, player hate me, see me in high. Show us hollow points, shatter enemies die. Spread love, dead thugs getting buried in riches. Take a chance to advance. Fuck the worrying bitches. Penitentiary's a possibility. Bust and pray, wearing rubber so I live to fuck another day. Ain't nothing strange. I'm 25, dying to change, but still I bang wanting street fame. Feminine, thugged out. Machiavelli the Dawn represent the Outlawz. Street fame. One love to my shoe niggas. Coming to a ghetto near you. Street fame. Machiavelli the Dawn, Killuminati. coming to a ghetto near you. Street fame. Now check us out. I'ma tell you like this. Street the lifestyle that you living got you taking more fucking shorts than getting props. Then that lifestyle need to stop. Coming to a ghetto near you. Best to recognize this outlaw shit. Cause only in this outlaw lifestyle can you truly come to see what this life's supposed to be like. Nigga, you'll start to see riches, fine bitches, and hitting switches. Shit, to me that shit sounds delicious. Street fame.
You're going to see two messages tonight to Joanne Chesimard. One from the widow of the New Jersey State Trooper Chesimard was convicted of killing some 20 years ago, a murder Chesimard denies. The other message is from the New Jersey State Police. And in my exclusive interview with her, Chesimard expressed her fears of what the troopers just might do.
I'm afraid that they might assassinate me. They might try to kidnap me.
Joanne Chesimard, who calls herself Asada Shakur, talking to me in Havana, Cuba, talking of her fears that the New Jersey State Police will somehow find a way to get to her.
You know, these people will stop at nothing.
In 1979, Shakur escaped from a New Jersey prison where she was serving life for the murder of State Trooper Werner Forrester. Police said he was executed with his own gun.
It was such an unfair trial, such by an all-white jury.
Joanne Chesimard is the #1 fugitive for the New Jersey State Police.
The head of the state police intently watched a tape of my interview with the convicted cop killer as she claims state troopers tortured her in the hospital.
You know, they would stick their hands in the wounds. Does it hurt here? Does it hurt here?
It's been almost 25 years, and I'm sure that she's replayed this and turned it around to her benefit many, many times.
Shakur portrayed herself as a fighter for racial justice by what she called armed struggle if necessary.
People have the right to free themselves from oppression by whatever means they deem possible.
She is not a heroine. She's a murderer.
Colonel Williams called Shakur's fears of police assassination ludicrous, but then he gave me this startling comment.
We would do everything we could to get her off the island of Cuba, and if that includes kidnapping, we would do it.
Colonel Williams told me the police determination to recapture Chesimard is fired by the memory of Trooper Forrester on the memorial wall.
She killed my husband.
Rose Forrester, the trooper's widow. Their son was just 3.5 years old when her husband was gunned down.
My son lost his dad. He grew up without a dad. You know, he never saw his son going to school. To first soccer game, taking him fishing. And then he got married 1.5 years ago. He never saw him getting married. And I think my son really missed to have a dad.
I say to her that I am totally sorry that her husband was killed. I did not kill him.
She is sorry? I doubt it that she is sorry. No. I think they know that what they were doing that night.
Anyone who suffers a loss is in great pain, and I hope that she understands my pain as well.
She don't know what suffering is.
As for Colonel Williams' statement to me that he was prepared to kidnap Joanne Chesimard from Cuba, later in the interview he said that only lawful actions would be taken, but he didn't elaborate. The top state police official added that even now, almost 2 decades after her prison escape, he has a detective working full-time on the Chesimard case. Williams told me, and I'm quoting, "Chesimard better be looking over her shoulder all the time."
If my enemies love their kids, only if my enemies love their kids. If my enemies love their kids, Hey, why have drama? Nigga, your baby mama stay right around the corner. I can touch it if I fucking wanna. So why you wanna insist that this? I got your name at the top of the fucking dead bitch list. Me, Mr. Machiavelli's terror, Mac of the year, thug of the era, death row and outlaws. Nobody does this shit better. My lyrics explode on contact, best prepared for combat. Ain't no stopping, so bomb back. It's the last days, niggas is dying for bullshit. Mac 11 is heavy, yet I'm ready to pull quick. Niggas ain't ready for a brother that's living major. Been witness to a sick motherfucker that's spitting razors. When I cut them, they cut. When I stick them, they stuck. And my ambitions to buck, cause I ain't giving a fuck. We tore the neighborhood up. Look at all the shit that we did, murders and lifelong bids. If my enemies love their kids, you don't wanna die, and I don't wanna kill you. Keep my name out your mouth for a nigga after jail. All my enemies bugging for the shit that they did. Don't make me murder you, nigga. If my enemies love their kids, bodies is wrapped in plastic, nigga. This is drastic. Just takes a nigga with the right automatic to cause static, like a Mossberg dumping and motherfuckers just jumping. Play the role of a bitch like Michael Jackson. Wanna be starting something? Holla out my crew and they perish. Who do you cherish? Got that ass in my sight. Tonight I'm busting off the terrace with multiple gunshots. Niggas is dropping rapidly, busting that groupie cops. Them bitches is running after me, telling them I'm high. When they ask why, I'm tripping off the top of my drop. Cause you know Pop keep dipping on my block. They sell rocks and box with frail cops. If not, we bust shots from Glocks. Fuck cops, my only fear of death. Can you hear me? It's coming back. Had enough of this bullshit world, so none of that. I felt no remorse for all the shit that we did. Niggas dying here to silence. If my enemies love their kids, you don't wanna die, and I don't wanna kill you. Keep my name out your mouth for a nigga after drill you. All my enemies buried for the shit that they did. Don't make me murder you, nigga. If my enemies love their kids. You motherfucking right. These niggas better wise up. This a real motherfucking war, nigga. You don't wanna get with me. How the fuck you gonna get with me if you got kids, motherfucker? If my enemies love their kids, I'ma let my little homeboys ride on you busted motherfuckers, cause y'all don't feel me. Hey yo, Moon, K, Mal, ride on these bitch ass motherfuckers. Ride on them.
I don't even wanna talk no more. Losing your life, what for? Facing a young motherfucker who puts it down from the dope. Get kid in front of your kids. God forbid if it happen. Cause the shit I'm on now, I'm thinking past all this rapping. Gotta survive by myself, but at the same time get rough. Won't put my gun on the shelf. It keeps me living like hell. But when the shit jumps, I'm ready cause I already knew. You better get us, motherfucker, before we come get you. Deep in my heart, I think the shit's about to drop any moment. Try to do me like my parents, but I'm a tougher opponent.
This nigga scared, must be rusty and all unprepared for all the drama you stared. With all the niggas you fed, you fucking buster. Musta let the evil of the money trap you in a slack match. Every second we coming at you and you the last one. With no rocks and trying to cast one against a young rider who would die for fucking glass. So that dog patch, rational enemies passing, giggling when they should have been figuring who would be the last one laughing. While I switch your wig, I gotta ask y'all something. Don't y'all motherfuckers got kids?
Why you bother, Rena? What's wrong, Daddy?
I know what's wrong with that crazy motherfucker. He just stand by the goddamn window with that fucking AK all day. You don't work, you don't fuck, you don't eat, you don't do a goddamn thing.
I see death around the corner. Gotta stay high while I survive in the city where the skinny niggas die. If they bury me as a G nigga. No need to worry, I expect retaliation in a hurry. I see death around the corner. Any day trying to keep it together. No one lives forever anyway, struggling, striving. My destiny's to die, keep my finger on the trigger. No mercy in my eyes and the ball of confusion. I'm thinking about my daddy, mad than the motherfucker. They never should've had me. I guess I seen too many murders. The doctors can't help me, got me stressing with my pistol in the sheets. It ain't healthy and my paranoid tell me the truth. I'm out the window with my AK, ready to shoot. Ran out of endo and my mind can't take the stress. I'm out of breath, made me wanna kill my damn self. But I see death around the corner.
We were kids, belongings felt good.
I see death around the corner.
But having respect, that feels even better.
I see death around the corner.
When we were kids, belonging felt good. But having respect, that feels even better.
I see death around the corner. The pressure's getting to me. I no longer trust my homies. Them phonies tried to do me, smoking too much weed. Got me paranoid, stressed, back to cat in the vest. Under my clothes when I dress. Here's hoping I die the way I live, straight thuggin'. Hugging my trigger for all the niggas that was bugging. My homie told me once, don't you trust them other suckers. They felt like they your homies, but they phony motherfuckers. And even if I did die young, who cares? All I ever got was mean mugs and cold stares. Got homies in my head that done passed away, screaming, please, young nigga, make G's. I can't give up, although I'm hopeless. I think my mind's gone. All I death around the corner.
But having respect, that feels even better.
I see death around the corner.
When we were kids, belonging
I see death around the corner.
but having respect, that feels even better.
Death around the corner. It's for all the real motherfucking niggas out there. I know you ain't scared to die. We all gotta go, you know. A real motherfucker pick the time we go. And make sure motherfucker money, you fucking hoe. Y'all niggas stop acting like pussies out there, alright? Coward dies 1,000 deaths. A soldier dies but once. You niggas don't really want to be so crazy. They say pussy and paper is poetry, power and pistols. Plotting on murdering motherfuckers before they get you. Picturing pitiful punk niggas copping please, puffing weed as I position myself to clock G's. My enemies scatter in suicidal situations, never to witness the wicked shit that they was facing. Pockets is packed with presidents, pursue your riches, evading the player hating trick while hitting switches. Bitches is bad mouth, cause ballin' motherfuckers is bold, but charge from home. The game should be sold. Them sick and psychotic society, somebody save me. Addicted to drama, so even mama couldn't raise me. Even the preacher and all my teachers couldn't reach me. I run in the streets and puffin' weed with my peeps. I'm ducking the cops, I hit the weed as I'm clutching my Glock. Niggas is hot when I hit the block. What if I die tonight? If I die tonight? If I die tonight? Polish your pistols, prepare for battle, past the pump. When I get to poppin', niggas is dropping, then they done. Calling the coroner, come collect the fucking corpse. He got it by a killer, preoccupied with being bold. Revenge is the method, when never stepping, keep a weapon close. Adversaries are overdose over deadly notes. Jealous niggas and broke bitches equal packed jails. Hit the block and fill your pockets, making crack sales. Picture perfection, pursuing paper with a passion. Visions of prisons for all the pussies that I blasted. Running with criminals, individuals with no remorse. Try to stop me, my pistol posse using deadly force. In my brain, all I can think about is fame. The police know my name, a different game, ain't a thing changed. I'm seeing cemetery photos of my peers, conversating like they still here. If I die tonight, if I die tonight, scared to die, nigga. Is you? Huh? If I die tonight, never fear, never if I die tonight. Pussy and paper is poetry, power and pistols. Plotting on murdering motherfuckers before they get you. Pray to the heavens, 357s to the sky. And I hope I'm forgiven for thug living when I die. I wonder if heaven got a ghetto for thug niggas. A stress-free life and a spot for drug dealers. Listen while practicing how to pimp and be a player. Overdose of a dick while drinking liquor when I lay a pistol whipping these simps for being petrified and lame. Disrespecting the game, praying for punishment and pain. Going insane, never die, live eternal. Who shall I fear? Don't shed a tear for me, nigga, I ain't happy here. I hope they bury me and send me to my rest. Headlines reading murder to death. My last breath, take a look, picture a crook on his last stand. Motherfuckers don't understand if I die tonight. Nigga, if I die tonight, no fear, nigga, never worry. If I die tonight, bury me a motherfucking G. Closed casket, fuck you, better if I die tonight. You know, tonight, I get it, some shit. Murder, murder, murder. Murder, murder, murder. Murder, murder, murder. Tonight's the night I get in some shit.
Am I wrong?
I think you are.
Yeah. So, would you say it's untrue that you ever worked with the FBI or got paid by the FBI?
I would say it.
Yeah. And I'm trying to understand the complexities about it, and I think
it is complex.
I believe it is, and
layer upon layer.
Machiavellian is Killuminati, all through your body. The blows like a 12-gauge shot. Feel me? And God said he should send his one begotten son to lead the wild into the ways of the man. Follow me. Eat my flesh, flesh of my flesh. Come with me. Hail Mary, run quick, see. What do we have here now? Ride or die. La 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 la. I ain't a killer, but don't push me. Revenge is like the sweetest joy next to getting pussy. Picture paragraphs unloaded, wise words being quoted. Peep the weakness in the rap game and sold it. Bow down, pray to God, hoping that he's listening. Seeing niggas coming for me, with my diamonds when they glistening. Now pay attention, rest in peace, Father. I'm a ghost in the killing fields. Hail Mary, catch me if I go. Let's go deep inside the solitary mind of a madman. Screams in the dark, evil lurks, enemies see me flee. Activate my hate, let it break till I'm flaming. Set trip, empty out my clip. Never stop to aim. Some say the game is all corrupted. Fucked in this shit. Stuck. Niggas is lucky if we bust out this shit. And plus, mama told me never stop until I bust a nut. Fuck the world if they can't adjust. It's just as well. Hail Mary, come with me. Hail Mary, nigga, run quick, see. What do we have here now? Do you wanna ride or die? La da 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 da. Come with me. Hail Mary, nigga, run quick, see. What do we have here now? You wanna ride or die? La da 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 da. Penitentiaries is packed with promise makers. Never realized the precious time that bitch niggas is wasting. Institutionalized, I live my life a product made to crumble. Much too hardened for a smile, way too crazy to be humble. We ballin', catch me, Father, please, cause I'm fallin'. In the liquor store, that's the Hennessy I hear callin'. Can I get some more? Hell till I reach hell, I ain't scared. Mama checking in my bedroom, I ain't there. I got a head with no screws in it. What can I do? One life to live, but I got nothing to lose. Just me and you on a one-way trip to prison. Selling drugs, we all wrapped up in this living. Like the studs to my homeboys and Clinton Max doing they bid. Raise hell to this real shit and feel this. When they turn out the lights, I'll be there in the dark, looking eternal through my heart. Now Hail Mary, nigga, come with me. Hail Mary, nigga, run quick, see. What do we have here now? Do you wanna ride or die? La da 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 da. Come with me. Hail Mary, nigga, run quick, see. What do we have here now? Do you wanna ride or die? La da 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 da.
They got an APB out on my thug family. Since Outlawz run these streets like these scandalous freaks. Our enemies dying now, walking around half dead, head down. K blasted off a Hennessy and tie. Tronic mixed it, now I'm twisted, blistered and high. Visions of me, thug living, getting me by, forever live. And I multiply, survive by thugs. When I die, they won't cry unless they coming with slugs. Peep the whole scene and whatever's going on around me. Brain kinda cloudy, smoked out, feeling rowdy, ready to wet the party up. And whoever in that motherfucker, nasty new street slugger, my heat seat suckers on the regular, mashing in a stolen black act. Integra, cock back, 60 seconds to the draw. That's when I'm dead in your feet first. You got a nice gap, but my heat's worse. From a thug to preaching church, I gave you love, now you eating dirt, needing work. And I ain't the nigga to put you on, cause word is born. When I was broke, I had to hustle till dawn. That's when the sun came up. It's only one way up, hold your head, stay up. To all my niggas, get your pay and wait up.
If it's on, then it's on. We break beat breaks, Outlawz on the paper chase. Can you relate to the shit I don't got? Be the shit I gotta take. Dealing with fate, hoping God don't close the gate. If it's on, then it's on. We rate beat breaks, Outlawz on the paper chase. Can you relate to the shit I don't got? Be the shit I gotta take. Dealing with fate, hoping God don't close the gate.
Come with me. Hail Mary, nigga, run quick, see. What do we have here now?
We've been traveling on this weary road. Sometimes life could be a heavy load, but we ride riding like a bullet. Hail Mary, Hail Mary. We won't worry, everything will curry. We're free like a bird in the tree. We won't worry, everything will curry. Yes, we're free like a bird in the tree. We're running from the penitentiary. This is the time for we liberty. Hail Mary, Hail Mary.
Hail Mary, nigga, run quick, see. What do we have here now? Do you wanna ride or die? La 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 la.
Westside, Outlawz, Machiavelli the Dawn, Solo, Killuminati, in 7 days.
We going all out. We going all out. We going all out. Watch your motherfucking mouth, niggas.
Fuck these fat niggas, pop.
Come hella hot water, down the slaughter of poses. Just another lost soul, stuck calling Jehovah. Outlaw till it's over, brandish my strap. Back like a cobra, I stay drunk cause I'm a madman. Whenever sober on a one-man mission. My ambition's to hold up the rap game while I pluck holes in niggas like donuts and steel. Down to die for all my soldiers. Like hillbillies, they don't feel me, so refuse. Bring war to the city with each breath, death before dishonor. Never let you swallow me, no apologies. Your honor, a general in war, I'm the first to bomb. With a squad of trusted killers quick to move shit, heavily armed. I'm similar to Saddam, sometimes I question Hussein. Like fiends frantic for that last vein. Stuck in the game, I hit the scene like sandstorms. They transform, watch me, I take the figure of 30 niggas who all got me. While bitches wondering who shot me. No love, keep a grudge, shooting slugs like Muammar Gaddafi. Murder my friends, built a new posse. We taking shots of paparazzi, going fly now. Nigga like Rocky, you got a lot of nerve to play me. Another gay rapper, busting caps at Jay-Z. Instead of boy capture, why y'all caught up in the rapture? Still after me, I'm in Jamaica sipping daiquiris. No doubt, we used to having nothing, then grabbing something and busting. Wanted to be the thug nigga, then my old man wasn't. I can't tour field catching cases, litigation. Niggas play hating, got me crooked in all 50 states. I'm screaming death row, throwing west side. Ain't no thing, we was raised off drive-bys. Brought up to bang, we claim mob. MOB, if you be specific, we control all cash from Atlantic Pacific. And get this, I'm hard to kill when I build with this live spot. Father, how the hell did I survive these 5 shots? Live it up or give it up. And like demons, late night, hear them screaming. We going all out.
We going all out. All first they fall out. Take them to war out, without a doubt. War, which means we all ride at the song. Each nigga have it on, bring it on strong. If you got bills to pay, nigga go all out. Once you pay it with your papers, better go all out. Try to see the next day, nigga go all out. I'm supposed in your way, you better go all out.
I'm on my last leg, walking through the belly of the beast. Feeling like I'm all out, drunk as can be. It's plain to see when we mob niggas hiding in bushes, claiming that they rhyme rubber soft in their cushion. They softer than bitches in the worst way, drowning in blood. Outlaw my blood brothers, I die for these thugs. They hot to these slugs. It's a shame how some niggas on the West Coast was riding with Pop, but when he died they went pop. I'm on these churches to the fullest, lots of West Coast love. But at the box, stop rapping, ain't no West Coast love, just West Coast love. To a real nigga stuck in the street game, cause rappers like Jay-Z be pumping Kool-Aid through they veins. It's true what I'm saying. Step those up fast to the flow and watch my fofo put big holes in your dough. I ride or die, but these other fag niggas be biting it. It's all from my heart when I was writing it.
We go all out, born first slave all out. Take them to war out, without a doubt. War, which means we all ride up the song. Each nigga had them y'all, bring it on strong. If you got bills to pay, nigga go all out. Bust pay it with your papers, better go all out. Try to see the next niggas just gon' think we gon' be talking slick on all these motherfucking records, and we ain't gon' say shit.
This is architect music.
I am the architect.
Welcome back to CBS This Morning. We are hearing from Breonna Taylor's boyfriend for the very first time since she was killed by Louisville police back in March. Kenneth Walker is his name. He was in Taylor's apartment when police barged in with a search warrant and shot her. They were looking for drugs at the time but did not find any. Walker is suing, claiming police misconduct. Now, none of the 3 officers involved in the raid have been charged. Jerika Duncan spoke to Walker's attorney about this case. Jerika, good morning to you. A lot of people have been wondering about Kenneth Walker. How's he holding up?
Not good, Gail. You know, he said he is still heartbroken over the death of Breonna Taylor. And as you may recall, he was originally charged with attempted murder of a police officer because he fired 1 shot, believing that police that night were intruders. Now, that charge was dropped, but it was dismissed without prejudice. What does that mean? It means that technically Kenneth Walker could be charged again with the crime.
My life changed forever in the early morning of March 13th.
Kenneth Walker breaking his silence, announcing his lawsuit against Kentucky's Attorney General, Louisville's mayor, and the entire Metro Police Department.
I was raised by a good family. I am a legal gun owner, and I would never knowingly shoot a police officer.
Walker's attorneys say he was standing his ground under Kentucky law and should be protected from further prosecution. They also believe Walker was wrongfully charged with attempted murder and that law enforcement officials violated his rights.
It's just more evidence of the disparate treatment of African Americans in the criminal justice system, right? Less than 2 hours to charge him on March 13th. But these officers have had about 6 months, and they still haven't been charged.
The night Breonna Taylor was shot and killed by police, Walker claims officers burst in without announcing themselves. He says he assumed it was an intruder and fired 1 shot, prompting police to fire back. 8 bullets hit Breonna Taylor.
That was a very reasonable assumption on Kenny's behalf, which is why he, after several times of asking and no one responded, he grabbed his legal weapon.
Last week, Jamarcus Glover, Taylor's ex-boyfriend, was arrested on drug charges. He was also arrested the night Taylor was killed by police and was the subject of the investigation that led police to raid Taylor's home.
There is no evidence of any drug transactions ever or any involvement in the drug trade at Breonna Taylor's apartment other than her ex-boyfriend visited her there.
According to this document leaked on social media by Taylor's family attorney, Glover was offered a plea deal last month in exchange for naming Taylor as a co-defendant in a drug case. The lead prosecutor, Thomas Wine, issued a statement saying the document was a draft that was part of pre-indictment plea negotiations and Taylor was never a co-defendant with Glover. The prosecutor later directed Taylor's name be removed from the final plea sheet, but her address is still listed in connection to the case.
The only thing they do show is that they will do anything to try to smear her in order to justify this police shooting.
Walker's attorneys claim the bullet that hit one of the officers likely came from another officer and not Walker. They said they won't know until they see the ballistic report, which the state's attorney general addressed on Face the Nation.
We do have that ballistics report. We will be meeting with the FBI at the beginning of this upcoming week to have a painstaking review of that information.
Walker and his attorney say they will not let up.
For her and those that I love, I can no longer remain silent.
One officer involved in the raid was fired. The other 2 were put on administrative leave. The mayor's office says they have not seen the lawsuit, therefore they will not comment at this time. And we're still waiting to hear back from the Kentucky Attorney General's office as well as the Louisville Metro Police Department.
Boy, Jerika, that's an interesting maneuver to allegedly try to get Breonna Taylor named as a co-defendant in her ex-boyfriend's case. That's Thank you very much, Jerika. That's very, very ugly. But, you know, the name Breonna Taylor is only growing louder. Calls for justice in her case are only growing louder in all avenues of life.
Yeah, a big part of this is qualified immunity. It's this doctrine in the law that makes it harder to charge an officer, even if that officer is seen as acting outside the guidelines of their department. So they can be fired, but not charged. But we'll see where the investigation leads.
The case isn't going away.
Yeah. All right.
Imagine if you could go back and actually talk to the motherfuckers that person. I mean, first motherfuckers that came in the slave ship. You know?
We back for everything you owe, no longer oppressed. Cause now we overthrow those that placed us in this rotten mess. But let's agree on strategy and pick our enemies right. Who stands accused of the abuse, my own kind of right. Pardon, not disregarding what you thinking, but you must abandon ship. Cause once I rip your whole shit is sinking. Supreme ideology, you claim the whole. Claiming that we all drug dealers with empty souls. That used to take me to roll, commit to violence in the midst of an act of war. Witnesses left silent, shadow, black talent style thoughts I throw. It remains in your brain, then of course it grows. Maybe even your babies can produce and rise. Picture a life where black babies can survive past 5. But we must have hope. Quoting the reverend from the pulpit, refuse to turn the other cheek. We must defeat the evil culprit. Lace me with words of destruction and I'll explode. But supply me with the will to survive and watch the world grow. This ain't about talking about problems, I bring solution. Wisdom restitution, stipulated through the Constitution. You violated, now I'm back to haunt your nights. Listen to the screams of the lives you sacrifice. And in case you don't know, ghetto born black seeds still grow. We coming back for everything you owe.
How do you plead, Mr. Shakur? How do you plead? How do I plead? Yes, sir. How do you plead? You know how I plead.
Come on! Not guilty on the grounds of insanity. It was them and me, busting at my innocent family. Say they looking for keys. I was home alone, blind to the prelude. Busting, talking about where is the Quaaludes. What you say, fool? Where in the hell is the search warrant? No feedback is what he uttered. Before he screamed, nigga, motherfucker, drop me to my knees. I proceed to bleed, suffering the rain of blows to my hands and knees. Will I survive? Is God watching? I grab his hat and bust in self-defense, my only option. Goddamn. Now they got me going to the county jail, and my family can't pay this outrageous bail. Try to offer me a deal. They told me if I square, move me and my people to a mansion in Brazil, not me. So this is how it ends, no friends. I'll be stressed and they just repossess my beds. Told the judge it was self-defense, he won't listen. So I'm bumping this in federal prison, giving everything I owe.
Collecting the shit that belong to me. Motherfuckers are running and ducking. I'm a crazy nigga on a mission with a bad mentality. I'm with missiles, guns, grenades, pull out the pin 3. I'm coming collecting the shit that belong to me. Motherfuckers are running and ducking. I'm a crazy nigga on a mission with a bad mentality. I'm with missiles, guns, grenades, pull out the pin 3. I'm coming, 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 coming.
All about studying people. I studied the CIA, America. I hate America as for what we did, but I love us for being strong. You gotta do that. So what? We don't got a good image. We the strongest motherfucking nation. That's me. That's me right fucking there. You know what I mean? I don't give a fuck if y'all don't like me. I got the bombs. Can't nobody touch me. Won't nobody rush me. Something we doing right. That's that capitalism shit. Because you can feed your kids with that thought. All that other shit, you can't feed your kids with that. You can't feed your kids, you can't have a nation. So that's what's more important now, to me, is to take the discipline, the seriousness, and the bond that the mob has, to take the enthusiasm, the morals, the principles that the Black Panthers had, and the strength that the Black Panthers had, to take the camaraderie and go all out, we'll die for you. All of us as a team that the police have, to take the nation is first attitude, whatever we got to do to be number one, that United States take, and that's what makes me unstoppable. And take that nigga attitude that makes me look at all of that shit, study and learn it, take the young African American to have the talent to exhibit it, you know what I mean? And take the businessman, take the president, to take the philosopher to be able to break it down into an actual philosophy. Right. And that's what Killuminati is.
Don't give help to the street niggas. Don't think this world you fall, you know? This world, the way it goes. Don't ask me why, that's the way in this world, don't owe you nothing. Deal with it.
I can't let go, cause the pain is too real. I can't let go, I come from the game. Cocaine and pills, late night, fist fights, get the shit right. A young nigga coming to fast under the moonlight, loving the sound of the streets with the speed. Fast cars and bras seem like the shit to me. Amazed at the way they came, control their brain, make them give up their soul, sell their life in vain. It's like a game, and the winner is the sinner. A nigga risk it all to give his family dinner. Penitentiary chances with lifelong results. Murder, mayhem, destruction, that's the price for wealth. Cry for help, and they don't see the pain in their eyes. It's the only time they notice a nigga when it comes on a 4-5. Pointed at the system ready to bust, cause he woke up and realized that it's just us, and ain't no love involved. See, the system is set up just to see you stall. Better rise up and give your life to God. Control your destiny, to let them know who you are. Yo, it's just us. I know times is hard, but believing in life, it'll get you out the dark. They can't stop us, cause we the chosen of all. Tired of being held down, so we going.
Now every time I wake up, God bless my soul. And when the hard times face us, we stretch the load. Throw on my clothes, hit the road. This life of mine, full of jail cell, crooked cop, pipes and crime. Let the sun shine in my grill, fresh on the spot. Hit poppy for some cigarillos and a blunt for my chop. Twisted up, lit it up. Now look at them plot. Free smoking ass motherfuckers ain't putting on the pot. So I blow O's and walk slow, talking to yacht. How can we hold those? Stop they flow and solve the block. He cut me off like what's up? Shit must go down. On the love road, them niggas can't fuck around. Touch ground with a 4-pound. Plant your dogs, tuck them all in the morgue. Shit, we slant the floors. What's yours is mine and mine is yours. Oh, you T-laws, so we bring the heat from the door.
Hey, yo, it's just us, and ain't no love involved. See, the system is set up just to see you starve. Better rise up and give your life to God. Control your destiny and let them know who you are. Just know just us, and I know times is hard, but believing in life, it'll get you out the dark. They can't stop us, cause we chosen the wrong. Tired of being held down, so we going to war.
I spent damn near a quarter of a century free as a bird in this ghetto penitentiary, and it was evident every time I reminisce. My childhood wasn't good, I was raised by ignorance. Now I'm stuck in it, lock and key, suffering shit. This struggle is me. I got a chip on my shoulder weighing me down, and I talk to myself but ain't nobody around. So save a prayer for a young player sprung among thieves and G's everywhere. Things everywhere, sweet dreams went sour. Powder turned to power, cowards talking louder. What part of the game? Explain to me why deaths and arrests ain't a thing to me. And it's strange to see loved ones spiked us. Ain't no just us, there's only us. How come?
Got your head up, even when the road is hard, never give up. Baby, don't cry. I hope you got your head up, even when the road is hard, never give up. Now here's a story about a woman with dreams, so picture perfect at 13 and ebony queen. Beneath the surface, it was more than just a crooked smile. Nobody knew about a secret, so it took a while. I could see a tear fall slow down her black cheek, shedding quiet tears in the backseat. So when she asked me, what would you do if it was you? Couldn't answer, such a horrible pain to live through. I tried to trade places in the tragedy. I couldn't picture 3 crazy niggas grabbing me. For just a moment I was trapped in the pain. Lord, come and take me, for niggas violated. They chased and they raped me, even though it wasn't me. I could feel the grief thinking with your brains blown, that would make the pain go no. You gotta find a way to survive, cause they win when your soul dies. Baby, please don't cry. You gotta keep your head up, even when the road is hard, never give up. Baby, don't cry. You got to keep your head up, even when the road is hard, never give up. Baby, don't cry. I hope you got your head up, even when the road is hard, never give up. Baby, don't cry. I hope you got your head up, even when the road is hard, never give up. Baby, don't cry. Get him, girl. He ain't gon' never change. I ain't no hater, but that nigga lost in the game. After the bright lights and big things, he probably could love you, but he in love with the struggle. Every day, his mind on getting more, and never your feelings. He chasing millions for show. Now you about to have his baby. Another wild ass nigga that's gon' drive you crazy. You got too much more living to do. I'm spin this to you, cause you deserve more than what he giving to you. Beautiful, black, precious, and complicated. A new millennium dime piece of fine she got them all stuck standing still when she come through. Baby, take a little more time. Love will find you and show us the sky's blue. Somebody other than me gon' give you everything you need. Feel me? Baby, don't cry. You gotta keep your head up, even when the road is hard, never give up. Baby, don't cry. You got to keep your head up, even when the road is hard, never give up. Baby, don't cry. I hope you got your head up, even when the road is hard, never give up. Baby, don't cry. I hope you got your head up, even when the road is hard, never give up. Baby, don't
from jump. Now you losing, you was choosing the wrong man, dealt the wrong hand. Was young and beautiful, lost and turned out. What you let that nigga do to you? I knew her since elementary, she blew a kiss to me. Wrote me a note in crayon, wanting to get with me. We was kids, now she got 3 kids. They see their father every day, now know who he is. Seen him last night, homie roll a E-class. Mad cheese in a stash, still a deadbeat dad. I bring her pampers and food, just to stop through. But those ain't my C's, nothing really I could do. I feel pity for you, you ain't even his wife. 17 with 3 kids, locked down for life. Should've chose me, she bout to OD from the pressure. Hell nah, I won't let her.
Baby, don't cry, you gotta keep your head up. Even when the road is hard, never give up. Baby, don't cry, you gotta keep your head up. Even when the road is hard, never give up. Baby, don't cry, I hope you got your head up. Even when the road is hard, never give up. Baby, don't cry, I hope you got your head up. Even when the road is hard, never give up. Baby, don't cry, you gotta keep your head up. Even when the road is hard, never give up. Baby, don't cry, you got to keep your head up. Even when the road is hard, never give up. Baby, don't cry, I hope you got your head up. Even when the road is hard, never give up. Baby, don't cry, I hope you got your head up. Even when the road is hard, never give up. Baby, don't cry.
Yeah, don't give up. Don't cry, don't cry.
Baby, don't cry, I hope you got your head up. Even when the road is hard, never give up. Baby, don't cry, I hope you got your head up. Even when the road is hard, never give up. Baby, don't cry.
For all the ladies, baby, don't cry. Got to keep your head up. Machiavelli lives on.
This is architect music.
John B. Bring it on now. Let them feel where you come from. Let them feel where you come from. Only the ladies, only the ladies.
Girl, it's alright, baby.
Are you still there for me now?
'Cause it's there in your eyes, yeah.
Still there for me.
I can see that you want me.
Are you still there for me now?
By the way that you smile.
Yeah, are you still there for me?
Left once again at home. Another night on your own. Architect. Ain't no fun in love if you're loving alone. How does it feel to be useless? Oh no.
Tell 'em.
Can you recall how close we used to be then? Can you still remember those feelings again? Seems like every time I see you, there's a tear in your eye. Time to make some decision or go dying inside.
Tell them all, call me a fool, but I'm stuck. It's a love thing, plus I'm overheating from the rush. I'm tongues touch, kissing, feeling fireworks. Watch the sky, I make you smile, but you rather have what makes you cry. Say goodbye and I'll leave now. With my heart on my sleeve, memories down. What I found is you still care. You had feelings and they still there. Baby girl, keep it real here. Are you still down? Yeah, girl.
It's alright, baby.
Come on.
'Cause it's there in your eyes.
It's in your eyes, I can see it in your eyes.
I can see that you want.
Don't you want me? Want me?
By the way that you smile.
Are you still there for me?
Remember that evening.
Baby, like
I knew that you were too scared to go all the way. But you did it to please me. Crying, it was raining when you gave it to me. The more I see you, the more I feel inside. And I know one day you'll make it back to where you can fly.
watch time go.
Don't cry, tomorrow brings better days. Let me dry your eyes, take your burden up.
Only once in a lifetime, touch my soul. Go slow, baby boo, don't rush the flow. Got me all weak, baby, but I'm strong in parts. More bounce to the apps, with the longest sparks. Give me mine like fine wine, measured in time. Plenty of other brothers loved you, but the pleasure is mine. Mama taught me how to love a woman, Papa was sprung. We committed, so I hit it, and it's properly done. Understand with me?
Girl, it's alright, baby.
Come on, still there for me, tell me.
'Cause it's there in your eyes.
It's in your eyes, I can see it in your eyes.
I can see that you want.
Don't you want me? Don't you want me?
By the way that you smile.
Come on, tell me, are you still down for me?
Yeah, girl, it's alright.
Yeah, are you still down for me now?
'Cause it's there in your eyes.
It's in your eyes, I can see it in your eyes.
I can see that you want.
She wants you, John, she wants you.
By the way you smile.
Look, baby, are you still there? Are you down for me, baby? Are you still there? Still down for me, baby? Are you still there? Still down for me, baby? Are you still there? Still down for me, baby? Are you still there? Still down for me, baby? Are you still there? Still down for me, baby? Are you still there? Still down for me, baby? Are you still there? Still down for me, baby? Are you still there? Still down for me, baby? Are you still there? Still down for me, baby? Are you still there? Still down for me, baby? Are you still there? You still down for me?
Architect. I could summarize and talk about the need for liberation, black liberation, but I think Assata Shakur, one of our black revolutionaries, can say it a little bit better than me. So I'm going to read To My People by Assata Shakur that she wrote while she was in prison. Black brothers, black sisters, I want you to know that I love you, and I hope that somewhere in your hearts you have love for me. My name is Assata Shakur, slave name Joanne Chesimard, and I'm a black revolutionary. By that I mean I have declared war on all forces that have raped our women, castrated our men, and kept our babies empty-bellied. I have declared war on the rich who prosper from our poverty, the politicians who lie to us with smiling faces, and all the mindlessness, the heartlessness, the robots who protect them and their property. I'm a black revolutionary, and as such, I'm a victim of all the wrath, hatred, and slander that America is capable of. Like all black revolutionaries, America is trying to lynch me. I'm a black revolutionary woman, and because of this, I have been charged with and accused of every alleged crime in which a woman has been believed to participate in. The alleged crimes in which only men were supposedly involved in, I have been accused of planning. They have plastered pictures of me alleged to be me in post offices, airports, hotels, police cars, subways, banks, television, and newspapers. They have offered over $50,000 in award for my capture, and they have issued orders to shoot on sight and shoot to kill. I'm a black revolutionary, and by that definition, that makes me a part of the Black Liberation Army. The pigs have used their newspapers and TVs to paint the Black Liberation Army as vicious, brutal, mad dog criminals. They have called us gangsters and gun moles and have compared us to characters such as Don Gilliner and Ma Baker. It should be clear, it must be clear to anyone who thinks, sees, or hears that we are the victims. The victims, not the criminals. It should be clear to us by now who the real criminals are. Nixon and his crime partners have murdered hundreds of the third world brothers and sisters in Vietnam, Cambodia, Mozambique, Angola, and South Africa, as proven by Watergate. The top law enforcement officials in this country are a lying bunch of criminals. The police, the president, 2 attorney generals, and the head of the FBI, the head of the CIA, and half the White House staff have been implicit in Watergate's crimes. They call us murderers, but we did not murder over 250 unarmed black men and women and children, or ruin thousands in riots they provoked in the 60s. The rulers of this country have always considered their property more important than ours. They call us murderers, but we are not responsible for the 28 brother inmates and 9 hostages America murdered in Attica. They call us murderers, but we did not murder or wound over 50 unarmed black students at Jackson State or Southern State either. They call us murderers, but we did not murder Martin Luther King Jr., Emmett Till, Medgar Evers, Malcolm X, George Jackson, Nat Turner, James Chaney, and countless others. We did not murder by shooting in the back 16-year-old Rita Lloyd, 11-year-old Ricky Bowden, or 10-year-old Clifford Glover. They call us murderers, but we did not control or enforce a system of racism and oppression that systematically murders Black and third world people. Although Black people are supposedly comprised about 15% of the total American population, at least 60% of the murder victims are Black. For every pig that is killed in so-called line of duty, there are at least 50 Black people murdered by the police. Black life expectancy is lower than whites, and they do their best to kill us before we're even born. We're born alive. We're burned alive in fire-trapped tenants. Our brothers and sisters OD daily from heroin and methadone. Our babies die from lead poisoning. Millions of Black people have died as a result of indecent medical care. This is murder. But they have got the gall to call us murderers. They call us kidnappers, yet Brother Clark Squire, who was accused along with Assata Shakur of murdering a New Jersey state trooper, was kidnapped April 1969 from our Black community and held on $1 million ransom in the New York Panther 21 case. He was acquitted on May 13, 1971, along with all the others, of 56 counts of conspiracy by jury that took less than 2 hours to deliberate. Brother Squires was innocent, yet he was kidnapped from his community and his family. Over 2 years of his life was stolen. They call us kidnappers. We did not kidnap the thousands of brothers and sisters held captive in America's concentration camps. 90% of the prison population in this country are Black and third world people who can afford neither bail nor lawyers. They call us bandits and thieves. They say we steal, but it was not we who stole millions of Black people from the continent of Africa. We're robbed of our language, our gods, of our culture, of our human dignity, of our labor, of our lives. They call us thieves, yet it is not. We who rip off billions of dollars every year through tax evasions, illegal price fixing, embezzlement, consumer fraud, bribes, kickbacks, and swindles. They call us bandits, but every time most Black people pick up our paycheck, we're being robbed. Every time we walk into a store in our neighborhood, we're being held up. Every time we pay our rent to a landlord, the landlord sticks his gun in our ribs. They call us thieves, but we did not rob and murder millions of Indians by ripping off their homeland. They call us but then they call themselves pioneers. They call us bandits, but it's not we who are robbing Africa, Asia, and Latin America of their natural resources and freedom, while the people who live there are sick and starving. The rulers of this country and their flunkies have committed the most brutal, vicious crimes in history. They are the bandits, they are the murderers, and they should be treated as such. These maniacs are not fit to judge me, Clark, or any Black person on trial in America. Black people should, and inevitably, must determine our destinies. Every revolution in history has been accomplished by actions. Although words are necessary, we must create shields that protect us and spears that penetrate our enemies. Black people must learn how to struggle by struggling. We must learn by our mistakes. I want to apologize to you, my Black brothers and sisters, for being on the New Jersey Turnpike. I should have known better. The Turnpike is where Black people are stopped, searched, harassed, assaulted. Revolutionaries must never be in too much of a hurry or make careless decisions. He who runs when the sun is sleeping will stumble many times. Every time a Black freedom fighter is murdered or captures, the pigs try to create the impression that they have squashed the movement, destroyed our forces, and put down the Black revolution. The pigs also try to give the impression that 5 or 10 guerrillas are responsible for every revolutionary action carried out in America. This is nonsense. This is absurd. Black revolutionaries do not drop from the moon. We are created by our conditions, shaped by our oppression. We are manufactured in droves in ghetto streets, places like Attica, St. Quinn, Bedford Hills, Leavenworth, and Sing Sing. They are turning out thousands of us. Many jobless Black veterans and welfare mothers are joining our ranks. Black brothers and sisters from all walks of life who are tired of suffering passively make up the BLA. There is and always will be, until every black man, woman, child is free, a Black Liberation Army. The main function of the Black Liberation Army at this time is to create good examples, to struggle for black freedom, to prepare for the future. We must defend ourselves and let no one disrespect us. We must gain our liberation by any means necessary. It's our duty to fight for our freedom. It's our duty to win. We must love each other and support each other. We have nothing to lose but our chains. And I just want to close that out by saying, being out in the streets, having grassroots movements is important. The people speaking up, making sure our voices are heard by any means necessary is important. But it's just as important that we get organized, that we join our brothers and sisters in the struggle. We struggle together, we learn together, we revolutionize our minds. This is just as important as getting out and protesting and letting our faces and our voices be heard. We need to make our voices heard as a collective. Together, we will win our liberation, but only if we're together. Thank you, guys.
If you a bad boy.
Yo, what's up, man?
Police coming!
Oh shit!
Get out of there!
Yo! Fatal Outlawz. I'm running up out of this motherfucker. I'm going past niggas. They ain't getting me out in the game like this. Fuck that. It's Outlaw, nigga.
If you a bad boy, then you die. West Side Outlaws when we ride. Get me high. They fucked up when they robbed me. Put another contract on Mob D. If you a bad boy, then you die. West Side Outlaws when we ride. Get me high. They fucked up when they robbed me. Put another contract on Mob D.
I focus my locus thought on the enemy. Sick off the Hennessy, it's necessary to finish me. I'm antisocial, immortal when it come to the vocals. Jersey them niggas down and won't approach them till it's time to smoke them. Hussein a terrorist, nigga they think I'm crazy and creepy. And as we speak they tryna find me a therapist. Rapid fire, I clap an eye until you die a liar. Strapped in axe, hitting corners, dropping in one and spin the tires. My man to find you, this 357 Anaconda is enough to brand your mama, then turn around and hang your drama. Military camaraderie, outlawed till they body me. Havoc, I gotta have it, steady blasting that prodigy. Mom 6 feet deep, you're trying to bust me to death. And I suppose you got the dopest moves like Chucky on Fresh. You know the verdict, who, what, when, why they die murdered. Get your physical diverted and your vision deserted.
Now ever since mama got fucked and papa ducked out, look at us murderous thugs showing less love in the drug house. Similar to Savage, it's a wonder we manage. Bring chaos, causing damage in the quest for cabbage. They ask my style similar to cash when flaunted. Most wanted by the population, murdered you for it. Exploit your weakness, revenge flow deep without release. Criminal orders cross the water, bringing war to the streets. Why fear me? Fear the shit I speak. Once this shit drop, it's heard on every fucking street. Like the sound of police who run the streets, really. In every hood, legend drove from the hustlers up in Harlem to shot callers in the O. And though Congress don't want us to progress, we stress. My homie buried at an early age, hustled to death, his last breath. A lesson I possess like Jews. Stay thugged out, keep it moving. Hey yo, what that nigga?
Halfway thugs don't budge when we stalk the streets. Sorta like target or narcotics when they walk the beat. You speak of beef, pussy, draw down and drop it. Hit you with 6 shots later, lower down and throw the shells in my pocket. Getting mines with nines cocking, extorting, blocks popping, 22s in my socks with the butt hanging out the chocolates. You never seen time, I travel course extreme crime. My room's like $1 million bill folded with green lines with my pulse racing. Drink my handy straight, no chasing, catch my bodies like cases. 5 minutes from the station.
Hit the hole like Allen Iverson with confidence. No fingerprints, that mean there was no evidence or proof that I was present at the scene of the crime. Around 10 niggas bleed after they made this one bag motherfucker bleed. Money was bloody as shit. Y'all niggas should've seen it, but this happens frequent. Bowing on some 1 knee shit. The Glock to your head, nigga, don't make no sudden action. Hit innocent bystanders when you blasting. Stop fucking backwards. Little homies put in work for stripes, but is it worth your life? And G-Rods running red lights. I wish somebody would've told me then. Since I'm an outlaw like Napoleon in a cell, they can hold me in a Cajun. Crazy like Arabians, holding spots like them niggas on Fabian. Having the feds page me when they want the product. Nigga, I got the smoke, got the tweed and the coke. What you need, what you want, what you working with? I'm on some more immortal shit. Outlaws, we straight hurting shit. Use artillery to murder with. Run on the block, gangsta partying like Pac. Like scars from the ox, me and my niggas on top.
I know the law hate me dearly, coming for me. Outlaws thugged out, niggas running on E. I know the law hate me dearly, coming for me. We outlaws thugged out, niggas running on E. I know the law hate me dearly, they coming for me. We outlaws thugged out, niggas running on E. I know the law hit me dearly, they
let it pop, fuck the law. Carry steel cause I live on the nigga side of law. Riding foes cause I can't let hoes catch me slipping. Quick to blow and dispose if you plot on hitting. Riding high, blazing. Kryptonite got a nigga dazing. Gurping and smirking at enemies before I grave them. Ride up, lift the iron up. I see him, he's slipping at the stoplight on this lonely night. This motherfucker trip. Slide on him so I can dump and put it in him. Damn, I guess this motherfucker know that it's in it. Hit the pedal, now we high speed. With my metal trying to make these motherfuckers die speed. That's right. Up the way I seen them slow down. Shit, I think I done bucked these hoes down. Caught them running on E, that's kinda funny to me. They knew they was funkin' with me, but they dumb.
Look out, nigga, open up fire, watch them expire when my shell split them. Plus all them trick niggas, bitches can go to hell with them. Fuck them, they phony, claiming they homies, but they foes. Speaking on thug niggas daily, while we nailing they hoes. Explode boldly at my stage shows. In formation, words are known to spray blaze as I raise my thug nation. A crooked door, cops get bought, no longer caught. I don't bail, raising hell, nigga, fuck what you thought. Did you cry when my girl died? Put out the hit, politic, niggas worldwide. Grabbing my dick, I'll never learn. Take away the pain with Sherm. Throwing gas on my enemies, watching them burn. Kamikaze, I'm shooting up the casket and take the body. Whoop the corpse like a pinata and party. His last breath, a straight lesson I possess like Jews. Stay thugged out, keep it moving. Running on E. Stay thugged out, keep it moving. Running on E. One time for the niggas that stay down for it. Running on E. Smith and West and the Cocoa Brothers. Buckshot, PDI. Running on E.
This rap world, all they talking about is money. You know what I mean? And I'm not saying I'm the richest nigga in the game, cause Fresh Prince, all these, a lot of niggas with money. But I'm saying it's like, it's not the money that I'm bragging about. When people see me with the jewels, it's not that. It's for these, yes, it's for these little niggas to see. You just seen me in cuffs, shot up in a wheelchair with my head wrapped up. And you see me less than a fucking year later bailing through this motherfucking jewel down like Saka Zulu. Banging on niggas. I got this whole shit shook up. Everybody talking about this West Side shit, right? People like Ice Cube started. I was in jail when Ice Cube was out. No, that wasn't no problem. The day I got out of jail, it was a motherfucking problem to be where the fuck you was from. The day I stepped out, that's power. I want these little niggas to see that. I didn't get that power from guns because there's no guns in jail. I got that power from books and from thinking and by strategizing. That's what I want little niggas to see. And that, just for a year, niggas think, you know, you've been in the game so long, but it took, all that shit didn't matter because the rape, it veto all that. As soon as they charge you rape, even if you ain't doing it, veto your career. I started from scratch with Death Row, a new company. I was independent when I was Tupac. Me Against the World, I just bought my old managers out. I had it all now. I re-signed to be a part of this. For my own, for this to make my own shit bigger. And now I got Machiavelli Records, and Machiavelli is the first artist on that. And then One Nation is the second artist on that. And then I'm signing Greg Nice and Smooth to either me or Quest. I got another group at Quest, Ghetto Stars, that's like an offshoot of the Outlawz, you know what I mean? I got New Jersey as part of the West Side now. You know what I mean? Just like war. We put our flag in Jersey. We ain't taking over Jersey. It's still East Coast. But it's just the West Side. There's now a West Side to New Jersey. Because West Side is not part of the map. I'm not no dumbass motherfucking, I don't bang for the color or the land. I bang for the principles and for the honor. I'm banging for the West Side. This is in my heart. This is how I feel. Not West Side, California. This is where I'm from. It's basic like that, but it's really deep, like West Side. You know what I mean? When I be throwing up the W, it ain't for California. I love California, but the W is for just the East Side, it's the West Side, and it's the middle America, and we divide it. And that's when we throw this up. We at war right now. W for war. You understand? And when we all get together, when the East Coast and the West Coast and the Middle America get together, we got power. Right. And that's when I won't throw it up no more. When we all together, they only see me doing like this. And that's when we closer to Armageddon. But we ain't there. We still all separate in tribes, so I know what tribe I'm in. I'm in the West Side. There's no way. I'm a soldier. I always be true to those been true to them. And New York shouldn't be tripping. They should be loving this because they the ones that gave me the game to do this. In addition to this, because it's West Coast rappers too that don't do that. Right. What made me raw is that I'm West. I got both. I'm the future of Black America.
It's the Uptown crew in the house. Let me say up.
Me, I was born
Uptown, baby, we get down, baby. I can't forget New Jersey.
But
kicked it off in the clan. Hooked up with a bunch of motherfuckers who didn't play fair. Had my eyes and G's and big doors and keys. Hit your town with the tray pound cock. Take this shit off block and let my trigger squeeze for the slug. And shoot a slug in the mug, put that ass on rug. This is the wrong spot. Homeboy got the straw lock. If you want a war, better call with the short shot. Niggas roll with blickies and blades, bald heads and shades, fat fades and corn braids. Try and plot for where's that? Got a loaded Glock, 15 shot, automatic mat. And won't a damn thing stop. I talk from the cradle until a nigga casket drop. Nigga, on the motherfucking real. Still don't appeal when it's on your motherfucking grill. A G is what I label me. To the front, to pull it blunt, I won't front when I pull it. So when it go down, I'ma throw down and go pound for pound like a hound in the fucking showdown. Yo, introduced to the game, introduced to the game. Introduced to the game. A nigga like me, I'll be a motherfucking G. Born New Year's 1993. What's some try to figure? How a young nigga came up, started hanging with those, get my motherfucking name up. Niggas started looking out, gotta give him a shout. Looking so now I'm taking the crooked rap. And looking strange at a sucker in my range. Smoking profile flames on his motherfucking brain. Smoking stove for the pressure. Keep my shit on top of my dresser. Fucking with mine, and niggas with nines, with criminal minds. It ain't hard to find a nigga like me. If you look, you see a crook who's trying to be a G. Just like me, with my foot in the door. Introduced to the game, man, bro. Introduced to the game. Introduced to the game. Introduced to the game. Paid off. Introduced to the game. Check it. Who survives? That's the question I'm asking. We die in peace, so we go out blasting. Niggas won't action, so we bring satisfaction. Keep it to 45, say a lot, always backing. See, too many niggas get lost in this game. Cross looking for fame, the forced in the shame. Hey yo, you got stalks and you moving too fast. You thinking use the ball or two of them make a flash you. Now it's so low for using another nigga rotor. Wanted to play, but your man will never show up. See, in the game is pain, all that glitters and riches. Niggas you thought was down are suddenly bitches. Yeah, you had to drink, but your whole team drink the green. Low like they max and left you in the game to play. But as long as you mouth, cause my motherfucking name, I better to be a thug in the game.
where you at? Where you at? Fuck with the camera. And with my leg say, the camera get you every time. So watch y'all block that shit up while y'all performing this shit all in front of the camera. This is my big brother. You know, he had to get jealous. He had to get jealous. Good nigga camera, nigga this. The honorable Elijah Tupac. He happened to get jealous when little bro get a little camera time, but we go, you know what I mean? We'll keep that on. I never trust TV to get my point across. And I feel like, we need our confidence, self-esteem. And that's what I got now. My confidence and my self-esteem. People might be like, this nigga conceited or whatever, but I feel like I shine. And I don't give a fuck how much white people, the media, niggas, black people, player haters, police, whoever, try to darken my shine, I'ma always shine through. They can lie about my words, they always gonna ring true. You know what I mean? Because it's my essence. It's in my essence. And that's what's gonna always come through. And I feel like that's true about me. Like now people be like, he's blaspheming. He's saying black Jesus, that's blasphemy. Or he's acting like he's elitist. He's like the Muslims. Or he's like a 5%er. It's nothing like that. It's only to get out. I feel like our future is our confidence and self-esteem. All this rape and gangbanging and killing and 30 niggas fucking one girl, they all come from a low self-esteem and no confidence. As soon as we get our confidence, because I don't think like that. I don't think, let me fuck 30 bitches. I don't even think like I want to be in a room when other niggas is fucking a bitch now. I don't think like that no more. And not because of jail. But because of my confidence is there, my self-esteem, my self-respect. You know, I don't need that. But in the ghetto, that's the type of shit that we're taught. It's like in the army, you taught to kill, so you kill. You know what I mean? We taught that. My older niggas, we taught that. That the only thing we good for is our sexuality. Now I use that to make money, but I enforce my strength, my mind strength. That's what's more important to me now. The niggas see that this is not no accident. I plotted every single step from this to this.
Right.
You know what I mean? Everything is plotted.
It's ill that the next shit is called Killuminati, because that's really what the Illuminati is on.
That's why I put the K to it. Because I wanted, the niggas is telling me about this Illuminati shit while I'm in jail, right? Like, the dollars. Right. That's another way to keep your self-esteem low. That's another way to keep you unconfident. Right. And I'm putting the K because I'm killing that Illuminati shit. Trust me, if these motherfuckers wanted to kill you, why the fuck they gonna tell Farrakhan? Why they gonna tell the Nation of Islam? Why they gonna tell this nigga in jail about the plan? How did he know? Right. How did it leak to him? Who told him? Who told him? The Pope? Who? Because they like the Pope and the money. Oh, come on, man. Get the fuck out of here. You so thinking about the money, you not getting the motherfucking money. Get the money, nigga. I don't give a fuck who face on there. You know what I thought when I was in jail? What fucked me up, what turned me like this, is I was like, no politicians is even getting at us. Even though I represent 5 million fucking sales. And no politicians is even checking for it. They're not even sending us nothing to try to make us. They're not even thinking of it. And in business, you know, if you want to fuck with somebody, you know, you try to, they're not even looking at us like that. That means we ain't a threat. But by the next election, I promise, I'm going to be sitting across from all the candidates. I bet you. You know how I be making it? I promise you. I'm not even gonna be, I'm gonna be so far from where I am now in 4 years. God willing, I'm alive. It's on, I guarantee you, we will have our own political party. And it won't be just for black people. It's gonna be for Mexicans, it's gonna be for Mexicans, it's gonna be for black people, it's gonna be for Armenians. I don't give a fuck. All you lost tribe motherfuckers right now, we need to have our own political party because we all have the same motherfucking problem. We built this nation and we get none of the benefits.
Y'all niggas been smoking blunts all day. Nigga, you know I'm an alcoholic. Look, what they trying to tell you? Motherfucker, we selling new guns, new motherfucking murders, new faces, snakes. Every motherfucker trying to get close to our team. You know how the big motherfucker homie would tell us Scott, watch the motherfucker.
Castro, I spit sins, fucked up and bent off hand. All in the stolen Mag 10, overdosing in sand. A black diamond. Sing hell and went back to heaven. Poured a new M1 and then some dirty Mac.
Nigga, we all gun holders, eat our death like Dutch soldiers. Blessed day, we rest our hands, make sure that they friendly fan. It's enough land to do something to every nigga that's hard pumping. Man, do this stuff feeling like shit, and I'm trying to tell you that it ain't shit. From my real homies to my dead dogs, empty a pint of 8 bowl, drink a fifth of hit dog. Then we gon' live like hoes. Nigga, fuck y'all. They looking down from the clown to clown, too quick to smile, saying that I'm too wild, praying that I don't cross my child.
Seen the game orchestrated. I got this cross engraved in. We spent days in a huddle, Machiavelli plan to save a couple of lost souls through the struggle. In the streets, niggas hustle. In jail, niggas buckle. Where my angel?
Still I'm trapped in the midst of a storm. Cold zone won't ever be warm. Get up, young nigga, before they get you. Better keep moving on. All mysteries gon' be solved. All the ball, gotta see God. Life gon' stay hard. Like a nigga in jail when you prevail. It's what matters. When you blast and make them scatter. When you get what you have to. Make sure your family's straight. Forevermore, I'ma live. That's the wall, got clear. Set it off, little bitch. You as good as dead. This is it.
Cat filling and drug dealing, gun thugs and more stealing. Niggas, bitches and stone codes. Half the niggas only look more, and that's a shame. Plenty guns to aim. Half the world is full of fame. Ask me how I got my name. Affiliated to that game. It ain't saying since my niggas gone. Ride for the dead, that's where it's born. Show me that Joe he's low, and I'm show you that last long. Napoleon, flow through this death. Tear some shit to the bulletproof vest. Put to the rest, hit your chest. Make sure that it's nothing left. Ain't you, ain't you.
They got the stories all twisted. Young niggas ain't listening to non-fiction. They rather smoke and serve coke. Roll dice and go broke. On the 5-0s we get ghosts. Cold nights we hold fofos. Fatigues bleed black blood since I've been on my knees. Money breeds evil. They got a soldier on his knees. I know you see me trouble, cause Pac and y'all got shot. Look at me and see the struggle. Cocking Glocks don't stop. This Hennessy is trouble. It got me high, I plot. Watch my criminal style double. Wild enough to not love you. Holy your angel. Star deep and plus angle. With a lot of mine plus 4-5 for these hard times I've been through. Mental, been you, seen you.
to your death. And this last breath I got left content from my angels with the head to be regulators, eliminators of the traitors. Real niggas saviors, if you will, this body's prescribed and for that. See people say head to be regulators, eliminators of the traitors. Real niggas saviors, if you will, this body's prescribed and for that. We've been to kill with more angels.
Staring at the world through my rear view. Just looking back at the world from another level, you know what I mean? Staring. Multiple gunshots lit a block, the fun stops. Niggas was calling cops, people shot, nobody stopped. I wonder when the world stopped. Cameron last night, 2 kids shot while the whole block staring. I will never understand this society. Heard they try to murder me, then they lie to me. Product of a John Bree, all my homies try weed. Now the little baby's crazy, raised on fantasy. Tell me when my enemies flee when they see me. Believe me, even thugs gotta learn to take it easy. Listen, through the intermission, search your heart for a plan. We turning bad boys to grown men. It's on again. Give a holler to my niggas in the darkest corners. Roll a perfect blunt and let me spark it for you. One love from a thug nigga, rolling with a posse full of paranoid drug dealers. To the end, my friends, I'm seeing nothing but my dreams coming true. While I'm staring at the world through my rear view. See, I'm seeing nothing but my dreams coming true. While I'm staring at the world through my rear view. They got me staring at the world through my rear view. Go and baby, scream to God, he can't hear you. I can feel your heart beating fast, guess it's time to die. Getting high, watching time fly. It's all my motherfuckers staring at the world through my rear view. Go and baby, scream to God, he can't hear you. I can feel your heart beating fast, guess it's time to die. We getting high, watching time fly. All my motherfuckers.
Now you see him, now you don't. Some niggas be here for the moment, and then they gone. What happened to him? Well, let's see. It seems to be a mystery, but all I know, I never let the money get to me. Stay down like the truest thug life until I check out this bitch. I thought you knew this. Who was gonna catch me when I fall? I even care to. Why you thinking I see you lost up in my rear view? Head view is down with them outlaws. Outcasts left far and few like southpaws. But still we keep mashing till our dreams come through. Stepping out the world through my rear view.
Now I was raised as a young black male. In order to get paid, forced to make crack sales. Caught a nigga, so they send me to these overpacked jails. In the cell, counting days in this living black hell. Do you feel me? Keys to ignition, use at your discretion. Roll with a 12-gauge pump for protection. Niggas hate me in this section from years of chin checking. Turn to Smith & Wesson war weapons. Heavenly Father, I'm a soldier. I'm getting hotter cause the world's getting colder. Baby, let me hold ya. Talk to my guns like they fly bitches. All you busters best to run. Look at my bitches, now I know the answer to the question. Do dreams come true? Still staring at the world through my rear view. I said now I know the answers. Do dreams come true? Staring at the world through my rear view. They got me staring at the world through my rear view. Go and baby, scream to God, he can hear you. I can feel your heart beating fast, guess it's time to die. Getting high, watching time fly. And all my motherfuckers staring at the world through my rear view. Go and baby, scream to God, he can hear you. I can feel your heart beating fast, guess it's time to die. Getting high, watching time fly. Nigga could die.
Back in the days we hustled for sneakers and beepers, 9-6 for glocks, cause fools hitting up blocks with street sweepers. Bless myself with knowing rules to these streets, something I learned in school. On some million man march shit for the peace. True that, only one life to lead, a fast life of greed. Criminally addicted, infested since the sea. We all die, breathe, lead like humans. Towns run by young guns, outlaws and truants. Shit's deep, turn 18, roll my will when I go. Burn my body with my shotty, all Jews in my dough. So while you reminiscing all nights out with the crew, smoke a blunt for me too, while staring through your rear view.
You ain't knowing what we mean
dream by staring through the rear view. So since you ain't on what we mean, let me bring a better understanding. The world's behind us. Once a motherfucker get an understanding on the game and what the levels and the rules of the game is, then the world ain't no trick no more. The world is a game to be played. So now we looking at world from like behind us. Niggas know what we gotta do. We just gotta put our mind to it and do it. It's all about the papers. Money rule the world. Bitches make the world go round. Real niggas do what they wanna do. Bitch niggas do what they can. We'll be staring at the world through my rear view. Go ahead, baby, scream to God. He can't hear you. I can feel your heart beating fast. Guess it's time to die. Getting high, watching time fly. You know, staring at the world through my rear view. Go ahead, baby, scream to God. He can't hear you. I can feel your heart beating fast. Guess it's time to die. Getting high, watching time fly. And we'll be staring at the world through my rear view. Scream to God. He can't hear you. Heart beating fast. Time to die. Watching time fly. Staring at the world through my rear view. Scream to God, he can't hear you. Heart beating fast, time to die. Now, time to fly. Fell victim to the street. Rest in peace, young nigga. There's a heaven for you. Be alive if I told you that I never thought of that. My niggas, we the last ones left. But life goes on. How many brothers fell victim to the street? Rest in peace, young nigga. There's a heaven for you. Be alive if I told you that I never thought of that. My niggas, we the last ones left. Life goes on. I bail through the empty halls, breath stinking in my drawers. Ring, ring, ring. Quiet, y'all. Incoming call. Plus it's my homie from high school. He getting by. It's time to bury another brother. Nobody cry. Life is a baller. Alcohol and booty calls. We used to do them as adolescents. Do you recall? Raised as G's. Loped out and blazed the weed. Get on the roof, let's get smoked out and blaze with me. 2 in the morning and we still high, assed out. Screaming thug till I die before I passed out. But now that you're gone, I'm in the zone thinking I don't wanna die all alone. But now you're gone, and all I got left is stinking memories. I love them niggas to death, I'm drinking Hennessy while trying to make it last. I drank a fifth for that ass when you pass, cause life goes on. How many brothers fell victim to the streets? Rest in peace, young nigga, there's a heaven for a G. Be alive if I told you that I never thought of death. My nigga, we the last ones left. But life goes on. How many brothers fell victim to the streets? Rest in peace, young nigga, there's a heaven for a G. Be alive if I told you that I never thought of death. My niggas, we the last ones left. And life goes on. Yeah, nigga, I got the word as hell. You blew trial and the judge gave you 25 with an L. Time to prepare to do fair time, won't see parole. Imagine life as a convict that's getting old. Plus with the drama, with looking out for your baby's mama. Taking risks while keeping cheap chicks from getting on her. Life in the hood is all good for nobody. Remember gaming on dumb hotties at your party. Me and you know true or two. While scheming on hits and getting tricks that maybe we can slide in truth. But now you worry, rest nigga, cause I ain't worried. Eyes blurry, saying goodbye at the cemetery. Though memories fade, I got your name tatted on my arm, so we both bomb to my dying days. Before I say goodbye, Kaden with mental rest in peace. Thug till I die. How many brothers fell victim to the streets? Rest in peace, young nigga, there's a heaven for a G. I'd be alive if I told you that I never thought of death. My nigga, we the last ones left. And life goes on. How many brothers fell victim to the streets? Rest in peace, young nigga, there's a heaven for a G. I'd be alive if I told you that I never thought of death. My niggas, we the last ones left. Cause life goes on. Bury me smiling with G's in my pocket. Have a party at my funeral. Let every rapper rock it. Let the hoes that I used to know from way before kiss me from my head to my toe. Give me a paper and pen so I can write about my life of sin. A couple of bottles of gin in case I don't get in. Tell all my people I'm a rider. Nobody cries when we die. We outlaws, let me ride until I get free. I
my niggas from old blocks, from old crews. Niggas that guided me through, back in the old school. Pour out some liquor, have a toast for the homies. See, we both gotta die, but you chose to go my phony. And brothers miss you while you gone. You left your nigga on his own. How long we moan? Life goes on. How many brothers fell victim to the street?
Life goes on, homie.
Young nigga, as a heaven for a G.
All homies that passed away. Niggas doing life. Niggas doing 50 and 60 years and shit. I feel you, nigga. Trust me, I feel you. You know what I mean? Last year, we poured out liquor for you. This year, nigga, life goes on. We finna clock mail, get money, evade bitches, evade tricks, get players, plenty space, and basically just represent for you, baby. Next time you see your niggas, we gonna be on top, nigga. You gonna be like, God damn, them niggas came up. That's right, baby. Life goes on. And we up out this bitch. Hey Kato, mental, y'all niggas make sure it's poppin' when we get up there, man. Don't front.
Life goes on.
We want equality of opportunity. We want equal membership in society with the best in civilized society. We want our people in America whose parents or grandparents were the descendants from slaves to be allowed to establish a separate state or territory of their own, either on this continent or elsewhere. We believe that our former slave masters are obligated to provide such land reparations is what we're talking about, and that the area must be fertile and minerally rich. We believe that our former slave masters are obligated to maintain and supply our needs in this separate territory for the next 20 to 25 years until we are able to produce and supply our own needs. Those are terms of reparations to help repair the damage. We want, since we cannot get along with them in peace, what did he say? What did he say? What did he say? Since we cannot get along with them in peace, what? Since we cannot get along with them in peace and equality after giving them 400 years of our sweat and blood and receiving in return some of the worst treatment human beings have ever experienced, we believe our contribution to this land and the suffering forced upon us by white America justifies our demand for complete separation in a state or territory of our own.
DJ. Supreme. Architect.